What's up, bud?
You smell like, I don't know, man, like seaweed in a dirty sock.
Yeah, I know, bro. Listen, I'm a little wet here too. Sorry. I saved a whale this morning.
You did?
Yeah, this whale was washed up. I was running in the sand, and a whale was washed up on the shore. Not a blue whale. It was a gray. Maybe it was a right whale. I'm not sure. I'm not I'm a whale enthusiast, but the bottom line was, poor thing was emaciated. It was skinny. I don't know what happened. I think the krill is real. It's not really swimming nowadays.
Needs its krill.
I luckily had a jar of on a krill oil. I never go anywhere without my krill oil and my Dolce Way.
And you had enough to give it to the whale?
Believe it or not, dude. Believe it or not. I know it's gonna be hard to believe, but I cracked those. I cracked that bottle. I just poured them pills down his throat, down his gullet. Yeah, down his gullet. I wedged his mouth open. That stupid fucking whale.
Dumped those krill pills down his mouth.
Dumped him down his gullet. Dumped him down his gullet. And I had to take a long piece of stick and I shoved it all the way down to his belly button. And I got to tell you, the little guy opened his mouth and he started going. And I was
like a big bird.
I was like, what the hell? And luckily I speak whale, and he was saying, I want some Dolce Way. I want some Dolce Way. I need a little Dolce Way. I swear to God,
because I believe every word you're saying.
Dude, I swear to God,
weird.
Swear to God. And I couldn't. He was too tired still to open his mouth, so I poured the rest down his blowhole. The Dolce Way. I poured it down his blowhole. I know.
That right got messy though.
It got super messy, dude. It got super messy. I had to take some water and wash it down with some seawater. So seawater and Dolce Way, and the thing was still like. And I was like, "What are you saying?" And he goes, "Even with the seawater, it's delicious. It's delicious."
He has that high-pitched voice.
Yeah, he goes,
"Carolyn, this Dolce Way.
This is delicious. And I don't feel as skinny anymore." And I was like, "Oh." So
you revived him.
I revived him,
whale.
and I was like, "You got." It wasn't a blue whale; it was a right whale or a gray whale. I don't even know, dude. Either way. The guy, I said, you got to flop. I can't push you. You got to flop. And he flopped up, and I was able to get some wheels under him. I was able to get some wheels. Yeah, I got some wheels on him.
Thank God those wheels are around.
Thank
the beach
God.
area.
They're whale wheels. They're whale wheels. They're big old whale wheels. It comes as a kit. It's a whale wheel.
Whale wheel.
And I pushed that big old bastard into the water.
Get his fat ass in
and
the water.
And he's okay. And he's okay.
He made it.
Yeah, Skinny made it. And
you nicknamed him Skinny?
I did. I nicknamed him Skinny. And I got to tell you something. He's going to stay. Well, we're going to monitor him. He's going to be about a month. He's going to stay.
I thought I heard on the phone as you swimming away. You went, "Tales of fans, 10% off on it.com/fighter. See ya."
I can't believe.
Thanks, bro.
I can't believe you're saying that. And a lot of people are going to have this hard to believe, but and it wasn't exactly that. It was. And
but with our translation.
Thanks, bro. We have on my phone is an app, a whale's translation.
It's an app called Whale Talk.
Whale Talk, and
brought to you by On It.
And what was it saying? What was it saying?
Hey, bro.
Thanks for everything. What?
Go to onit.com/fighter.
onit.com/fighter.
Tell your fans.
So really?
It works on whales.
It works on whales.
It works on humans.
If it works on whales, it works on humans.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a really good whale.
I'm talking like Towley from South Park.
But it's a really good whale.
I'm so high, man.
Why is he high now?
I'm so high, man.
Why is the whale high? Skinny.
I'm so high off on it, man.
He's skinny. Skinny's high off on it. And you know what? And so I want to thank On It, and I'm being dead serious, for saving a whale. On It
products.
On It products were able to save a whale. Think about what they would do. Now, Skinny's not optimized right now. He needs more, and we're going to throw more of those pellets.
I feel great, though.
Yeah, and I think we're going to work with On It to actually to really helivac a bunch of krill oil.
Pack some pounds on him.
Yeah, and we're going to just pour it down his gullet.
But listen, whether you're a whale or you're just a regular dude or you're a superior dude, On It's having their annual sale for the first time ever, 40% off all
40%.
Workout equipment.
Hey, On It, what do you guys like, Jesus? I mean, talk about
giving stuff away.
Talk about giving stuff away.
Oh.
God,
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
I feel like going to the academy and hugging everybody and holding all of them super close. By the way,
I'll kiss every single one of them.
Yeah, and I'd kiss him from behind
proudly.
only because everybody there's got an apple bottom. I don't think he can.
And then
work
I'll bring the whale in.
Hey, everybody! Hey guys, Hey guys!
Hey, I made it!
In a giant tank of water. Hey guys!
Hey, this is On It!
He's fine. He's just in a giant tank of water.
I feel great though.
He's feeling good. Let's get a kelp oil.
Onnit.com/fighter.
Krill. I kept saying kelp the other day, and I meant krill.
Hey, let's wrap this up. Onnit.com/fighter. 10% off.
Longest
Do it like the whales do. Yeah, man.
Longest Onnit commercial of all time.
We really took that.
We earn our money.
I started talking like Towley from South Park.
That was good, dude. That was a really good whale impersonation.
That's exactly how they sound.
Thank you.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Can I be honest with you, B?
Sure.
I see you damn near every day.
Yeah.
Not a lot gets to Bryan Callen.
Not a lot.
And we talk about everything on the show, so I really don't want to talk about it, but I can tell you're a little down.
Well, why? Because I spent 2 years working on my special. I shot it, and it's awesome. It's 57 minutes of awesomeness. And
best work you've ever done.
I can't even get Netflix or Comedy Central to watch it. I can't get them to watch it. It's what happens is when you've been in the business long enough, people have an idea of who they think you are, and you're also kind of a dude, and there are a lot of dudes, and so there's just not. Comedy Central is really they're into the alt scene and whatever that means, the alternative scene. And somehow if, I don't know if you know this, but I seem to do pretty well when I get on stage. I seem to make people laugh super hard the whole time. I've been doing that for...
You destroy crowds.
I think so.
I was at your special.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I think that they're laughing because they like it. And I'm like, guys, this is
just
really
another
good.
White guy.
I guess. I don't know. It's like, this is really good content. And I can't get them to watch it. It's really interesting. So,
so you're the snotty nosed kid in class.
My agent said it's a cool kids club, and you're not in the cool kid. But I've never been in the cool kids club, and maybe because I don't know.
You bring so much to the table, though.
Yeah.
Like, get your head out of your ass, Netflix, or Hulu, or Comedy Central, whoever the fuck you are, because
just watch it.
Watch it and then judge it. But don't judge Callen based off whatever they're judging based off of.
It's interesting.
You have a huge following from this podcast, from the movies you've done. Your stand-up sells out everywhere. Now we're selling out live Fighting the Kids shows. We have 6 of them coming up. Well, most all of them are sold out.
I said to them, time is on our side. At least all I can do is keep doing what I'm doing. I'm still writing. I'm writing a whole new hour, and it's fine. You just keep moving forward. But it's a bummer when all that effort isn't recognized. You can't even get it. You can't even get it seen.
You're not being recognized by people that you want to. However, I have an idea. Can I pitch something here that I don't know how your world works, but I do know our fan base. What if you released it yourself independently, and we released something like a Never Grow Up shirt with Bryan Callen on it, and like a whole package? It's
an option. Louis C.K. did it. It hasn't worked for a lot of guys.
Really?
Well,
but what are you going to wait for? You're going to wait for the man to say, all right, Callen, you know what? We're going to do, and there's going to be zero promotion done with it.
Yes.
You're just going to be another guy on Netflix we have to search for.
Yeah. I think I will. I think at least I'll make it available for the fans. And,
Why not, man?
Yeah.
What is she going to do with
it? Let's see in the next 2 weeks what happens. And in 2 weeks we'll check in, and maybe I'll just release it. Fuck it. I want it out there. And now everybody watches it on their phone anyway.
For me, that would be like having a fight and then no one releasing it and me talking about it and telling people, wait till you see this fight, and like, when is it, man? You've been telling us this forever. Let's go. I know, but whatever. Fox doesn't want to release it, but you can release it yourself. Yeah, the fans don't give a fuck whether it comes from Hulu, Fox, Comedy Central, History Channel. The fans do not care. That's what people always get twisted. People aren't loyal to Netflix and HBO. People are loyal to Bryan Callen, whoever that actor.
That's certainly where
that's
it's going.
That's the world we live in today. Look at the digital world.
Yeah.
YouTube. We were talking about
Lily Singh and all these
YouTube stars
sensations
are blowing up. I had a huge meeting with this clothing company, and there's these other kids there, and they're like dressed nice. I asked them, I said, who are those guys? And it was, they're YouTube stars.
Damn.
I was like, that's all they do? He's like, they kill it, too.
Yeah.
Young kids, like 20, 21.
Well, at the end of the day, it's about whether or not people laugh. And people like to laugh for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And if you get them doing that, then that's
But it's also like, so let's say I'm an actor or a comedian. I just haven't had my break for whatever reason. Maybe this president of this company doesn't like me, or this agent's really not pushing me, and for whatever reason I can't get my break. This day and age, man, you can put it out yourself and get yourself out there.
Well,
that's what's dope.
That's what's amazing, because for so long, I'll tell you guys a story. Like I auditioned for a TV show, and Jason Bateman was directing, and I know Jason. And Jason was directing, and Jason wanted me for the part.
I like him.
And not only did Jason want me, the writer wanted me for the part. And not only the writer wanted me for the part, but the other producers wanted me for the part. And this is the first time it's ever happened. So when you audition for a TV show, you go in for directors and producers, and then what happens is you come back, you get a call back, and then they decide we're going to bring you to studio. So then you go to the studio and you show your wares. And then the studio says, okay, we're ready to bring this guy to the network. And now you go to the network. So you go through all these processes. So it's finally down to me. And everybody likes me, including the studio, but Jason especially. And I do a great job. I kill it. I'm really funny. And the president, I think at the time was ABC, I'm not sure. And he's a good guy. And I don't want to say his name, but he's a good guy. But he said, you know what? I just want Prince Charming. Bryan's a little too New York. He's a little too gritty. And he's really funny, but I want big and handsome.
That's all it took.
So they hired Jerry O'Connell. And, of course, the show lasted one episode and went away. And I remember Jason Bateman came down to the parking lot. He came down to the parking lot. And he goes, it's not going to happen. Now, they never do this. They let your agent do it. He comes down with the writer.
What a good dude.
Yeah, he goes, it's not going to happen, man. I go, what do you mean? He goes, it's just that he wants Prince Charming. And you killed it. We all want you, and he doesn't.
You don't look like Prince Charming.
Yeah, and I thought, so what happens so many times is that you are just physically not right for the part. You're just not in the zeitgeist at the moment. Whatever it is, there's so many different reasons you don't get a part.
There's so many moving parts.
Yeah,
people don't realize.
And for the first time in my career, and you're now getting into this, and really in your career, for the first time in our lives, we have some control over like the money we make, our expression, and where we're headed. And that's what I thought. My agent even said to me, he goes, look, dude, at least you're in a position where you have a fan base that you can release this thing. Whether I make, I don't know how much, it's not about money. I just want to get it out there. I don't think maybe I'll make my money back. I don't know. I'm not planning. But
I think you owe it to the fans to release it.
Well, and so you get enough emails where people say, hey, let me see it. Yeah, I'll just put it out there because
I think
that's
we
what's
package
important.
this thing, give it to the fans. We do a limited run.
We charge $3,000 a download, and I think that's a deal.
I think that's
Wouldn't you pay $3,000 to laugh for an hour, you guys?
The entertainment industry is a different animal, man. It's completely different.
It's changing.
It's not black and white like sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't make the football team, it's like, all right, I threw 2 interceptions. No shit, I didn't make it. That kid threw 0. So that makes sense. It's very black and white. I can go work on things. Yeah. In entertainment, I've been going through this, and people are like, Shab, where's your big news? I can't talk about it.
Well, because you're in a holding pattern.
I got the gig,
you're
but
in
I
a
can't
holding
talk
pattern.
About it. I'm in a straight holding pattern. I've never experienced this. So I called Bryan all excited. You're the first person I called when I got this gig, right? You're excited for me, but you told me, you said, listen, man, it's a long process. Yeah. It's not like you're going to start shooting a week
I was very measured in my enthusiasm.
You're like, this is amazing. You're even considered for the part, and that you got it. It's great. However, it's going to take a long time before you actually shoot this thing.
And in the meantime, and this is for all you guys, we all have expectations, and we all get something we think we deserve, or we work hard for something, and sometimes it doesn't come through. But here's a lesson, and that I certainly do. This morning after I got off the phone with my agent and I realized I couldn't even get Netflix to watch it, what I said was, I go, well, I could bum out, but what I could really do is do what I keep doing, the best podcast I can, and keep writing new material. Because you know when I'm the happiest? When I'm writing new stuff and feeling like I'm going to Canada, or I'm on my way to, by the way, I'll be in Louisville at the Laughing Derby on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of October. I can go there with literally another 35 minutes of new material.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. Because eventually it's going to somebody's going to catch up to me.
It pisses me. Like when you told me this, it pisses me off, man.
I know, bro.
Now you know what the plan is?
Yeah.
Stick it to Netflix. Oh, okay. You don't want to do that?
Yeah.
We've had very big meetings with people, and I've said this in every single meeting. Do you really want to bet against Bryan Callen and myself?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
They're going to be fine, but I'm telling you, they fucked up.
I feel like a turtle. Like, I'll just keep moving forward. Think of yourself, that's another thing, is like, some people are jackrabbits, and I've seen a lot of jackrabbits, man. I've seen a lot of jackrabbits in this business. They burn out, brother.
Fast.
You see people who just blow up, and I could give you names, and I won't, but they blow up, and then what happens is you feel empty. You watch them, and you're like, it's interesting, but something is not, it looks more popular than it does substantive, and they burn out. And you just got to be it's better to be a turtle. Just keep moving forward the right way.
Well, it just puts fuel under the fire.
Yeah. Bill Burr became famous. Bill Burr got famous because Bill Burr for 20 years was doing that slow process of just going to clubs. He showed me his road schedule. And even now, it's crazy insane. Yeah, he doesn't have kids, so he's always gone. But my God, it's work. He's a workhorse. And that after 25 years, he's been doing it for maybe more than 25 years, it's going to pay some dividends.
You hope. Yeah. Well, obviously it is for him.
Yeah.
Look at Louis C.K.
Yes. Another guy who, for years, for 20
He's
years.
in movies now?
Yes, but for 20 years, dude. I was his neighbor for 20 years. I used to walk my dog right by his house every day.
He's not Prince Charming.
I was just talking to Greg Fitzsimmons about this. I would see Louis every day. His daughters would play with my dog, and he was always in a grumpy mood because it was hard. It was hard. He was doing clubs.
You're doing it the right way, though. You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see. Watch.
Yeah,
Watch.
Man. Yeah.
Fucking.
It's frustrating. It's a bummer, and I love being honest on the podcast. At least I have a place to really, people. I really appreciate people who come up to me after my shows and they go, "Dude, you're so honest." I'm honest because I want people to know what I'm going through, so that because they're going through similar stuff, and just keep moving forward, man.
Well, you can't base someone's life off Instagram and social media. Literally, think about if you look at someone's Instagram, you're like, damn, they're killing it, man. Yeah. This person's life is great. Bro, that is 6 seconds out of that person's day. Instagram is the best moment of the day, or whatever they're promoting. Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. They still have all this time, man. Yeah. Life's not Instagram. Yeah. It's just not. Instagram does not tell the story of a person. It just doesn't. Yeah. It captures the best moment of the day, and that's it. But we go through some shit, man.
Yes. I had I skipped an audition, basically, to box yesterday. I had an opportunity to get into a ring, do a little sparring with a heavyweight. He turned my head around a couple times with light punches. He just kind of pushed his fist through my face, and I enjoyed that very much. I like sparring.
You like that?
Well, I'd never sparred with a heavyweight, current fighting heavyweight where it was
I don't think he's currently fighting.
I think he is. I think he's no?
I don't think so.
Okay. But he's that's an experience with a 220-pound guy who really knows where to place his weight.
Well, he's a guy. Do you know his name?
I don't know his name.
Neither one of us do. He's the new black guy at Boxing Burn. I love him.
Yeah.
I was talking to him the other day, and he's a guy who's been a sparring partner for
Gennady Golovkin.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. He was in Russia with some monsters, with the Siberian Rocky, all these guys. So he's a paid sparring partner. Yes. I think he's more well-known for that than his fights. Yeah. So he told me this. I said, listen, man, because everyone told me he trains with Triple G. And I said, I'm a big Triple G fan, but there's obviously a knock on him because he's not getting these huge fights. Like, his next fight's tough.
He's the Bryan Callen of boxing.
Yeah, there you go. Triple G and Bryan Callen. Yeah. Neither one are Prince Charming. But the thing is so he was saying how I said, what's the deal, man? Like, is this guy the real deal? And he goes, bro, I have no reason to be biased because the guy just punches me in the face and they pay me. He goes, I've never seen anything like him. And he goes, the reason he doesn't get the big fights, no one wants to fight this kid. He goes, he's sparred with all the big boys and he knocks them out in training.
Damn.
And he goes, no. He goes. When they flew me in, or he goes, I came to Big Bear to spar with him. And he goes, I've sparred with everyone, Olympic champions, megastars, everyone. And he goes, I didn't really know who he is. He looks kind of nerdy. I didn't know who he was at the time. And I get in there and he hits me, and right away I'm like, Jesus Christ! And it was a jab, and he was like, oh well, maybe he's just really strong or something like that. And he goes, and he hit me to the sternum. And I was like, holy, this is a different animal here. Yeah. He goes, so I go my rounds with him, but it was the first time where I had to stop. He hit me. I had to take a knee. I was like, damn. Good Lord. It hasn't been stopped by anyone ever.
Damn. Well, because he's a big guy. So you're talking about...
He's kind of big. Your boy's bigger.
Well, he's 220. Who are you? I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the guy...
I'm talking about Triple G. Triple G hitting him.
You're talking about bigger. The trainer that I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's about 220.
You're talking about the trainer telling you the story.
Yeah, the trainer's telling me the story.
Well, I asked him yesterday. He's 220 pounds. He's got a very wide
He's not in fight shape right now.
He's big boned. I mean, he is a heavyweight. I mean,
He's not. He doesn't fight at heavyweight.
No? Okay.
No.
He said he was, but maybe not. But
fight at heavyweight? Yeah, he doesn't fight at heavyweight. I think,
okay.
No, no way.
He said he did. I mean, he's
really.
He's got
maybe
big bones. He's a big fella. I mean, he's
God. He's not that big.
Well, he doesn't look big, but his hips. If you look at his legs and his hips, I think a lot of his power is down there. That's where I think it is. Because I was looking at him, I was like, he's got wide hips.
Have you seen the heavyweights these days?
Yeah, they're giants, 6'4"
They're
and all that.
huge.
Yeah.
I think he's a cruiserweight.
Okay.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to Triple G. So he said Triple G was just going through guys, and like people are like, dude, fuck this. So they fly in a heavyweight from the East Coast. Drops the heavyweight. The heavyweight one day was there for one day. It's like, I'm not doing this, man.
What?
He was like, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like him. When I heard that, I was like, fuck.
Whoa.
What a beast.
What a beast is right.
Because I said, what about his upcoming fight? Because he's fighting a really tough guy. And he goes, he's going to drop him with a body shot. Because that guy's so pressure heavy.
Yeah.
He goes, when you do that with Triple G, body shot.
Oof. Because he said to me, he goes, and I said, well, how big is he? He goes, he's shorter than you are. And I was like, damn, man. He's probably 165 walks around at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not and 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
A beast. What is that? Why do some people have that kind of power? What is it like?
It's called talent.
Roy.
It's called talent.
Just they know where to place their weight.
No, it's called talent. It's fighting. They know how to fight. Yeah. That's all it is.
No, but
you got to get over this size thing.
No. I'm saying. Do they have a mechanics to their body? Are they broader in the shoulders?
They're just more efficient. No, it's not a body type really. Because when you think about it, like there's a million guys who are built like LeBron James. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of NBA guys that are built like LeBron James. Are they LeBron James?
That's true.
So how do you define what LeBron James is?
I think it's just how their body works
their mentality.
together.
It's the efficiency of their body, but it's really their mindset and their heart. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Huh? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
It's really weird.
It's cool.
And I also wonder if in fighting for MMA, like, some people are all fast twitch muscles. They're built for like sprinters, and then there are other guys who are kind of a combination of both, like you.
I'd say 99% of the top level guys are a combination.
They're a combination because you
have to
need.
be. What are you gonna do?
You need endurance.
What are you gonna do? I mean, the lighter weight classes, those guys, they're small, so of course you're gonna have cardio. But like the only guy I can think of with a ton of fast twitch muscle who's fighting at a high level is Woodley.
Yes.
And it can be a pro and a con.
Yeah, because
there's nothing you can do.
Gas.
Me and Rogan were talking about this. He goes, well, he could train different, but no, man, you really can't. I don't agree with that. You have a body type. That is what you are.
Although boxers will run for an hour and a half. They will run long distances.
What's that have to do with it?
Well, they are changing their body in terms of they're getting into such good aerobic shape that they just never get tired.
That's not true. So there's road work. They do road work so that for their legs for cardio.
Right.
But to say they never get tired, I don't agree with that.
But I wonder if that would. Yeah. I wonder.
A lot of it's just for strength of the legs, so they're willing to go all 12 rounds or 5 rounds.
Yeah. Well, you
rounds.
see that guy over at Sugar Shane Mosley. There was this guy who was a world champion, really light guy, and they say he jumps rope for 2 hours at a time. 2 hours.
It's a little excessive.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you can do that. I got to start taking my jump rope more seriously. Blew off an audition because I got my podcast to box.
Because you wanted to box?
Yeah. But I don't know about acting anymore.
Got you down right now, huh?
I don't know. Everything is... Look, listen, man. All you can do is control your reaction to what happens to you. Balls are going to be thrown at you. Some will be over the plate. Most will not be. Most will not be.
Galen can't get a home run right now.
Some will be thrown at your head. It's how you react.
How do you feel about the live shows?
I'm really excited about those. I think it's going to be great. There's nothing more fun than being in front of people. I'm excited for it.
Never done anything like this.
I know.
Well, I mean, we did the live one at the UFC Expo,
and you were fine.
Oh, of course I'll be fine. I'm just saying, for me, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Like this.
Yeah, we'll figure out some stuff. We're not gonna have anything planned. We'll just go out there and do our thing.
That's what we do.
Yeah, man. I may have somebody with a guitar. We may have to do some singing. I'm gonna sing a verse. And then I gotta copy it. Yeah. Well, we're gonna sing. I'm gonna write a verse for us to sing in a bluesy way, in a country way, in a rock way. Ooh, I like. I see. I'm more high pitch. Oh. I feel like I'm more high pitch. Like never let die. Whoa. Yeah, you feeling that? What the flip? What the? What? Never let die. You're a terrible lyricist, though, huh? Oh no, I make lyrics. Never let die. How's it go? Never let die. Go ahead. I feel like what's embarrassing for me. Yeah. Someone who takes singing too seriously. Do you want to rock? Oh, that's embarrassing. When you see a karaoke guy up there like, "May that was..." Dude, I haven't been to karaoke.
There's some really, we should go. We should actually go. There's some really big place in Hollywood. I forget, something Dragon, but it's like a karaoke bar, dinner, and you get these private rooms. That'd be fun.
Been there.
Is it fun?
No. Not really.
Oh, man.
The private rooms suck.
Really?
Yeah.
With our group of friends, though?
Yeah, you want to be out there in a bar and on a stage with everybody.
I don't know.
Sister Christian, the time has come.
You take it a little too serious.
Don't you know that you're the only one to say, okay, because I'm motoring. What's your price for flight? God damn, man. Why am I not singing? Why am I not singing, dude?
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
You know what movie? Can you guess the movie? Sister
Christian, all the time.
And then he's throwing fireworks.
Oh, of course. Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Oh, my God.
I
forgot about that.
He's all, what's wrong with him? He goes, I don't mind him.
God, that's such a good movie.
Great movie.
God
Mark Wahlberg's first big movie.
I got to watch that movie again.
We should do a movie now.
I'm motoring. And you, here for 10 points, who's the actor who is listening to the song?
I
and
know exactly what he looks like.
Alfred Molina.
What other
Alfred
movies is he
Molina,
from?
Batman, Spider-Man. He's in
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah, he's the scientist.
A great actor, a big stage actor.
I'm surprised you knew Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Sister
Christian. Don't say sister again.
No,
Don't ever say that
I
again.
do.
Sister
No.
Christian.
No, I don't get sued, so I do my own lyrics.
Oh. Okay, let me hear you say, "Do you want to rock?"
I want to rock. Rock. Bum, 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 bum,
Your voice
bum,
is getting a little better, dude.
Well, no, I sing all the time. You just don't know it.
You
I
do?
sing all the time.
You do?
All the time.
If you could karaoke
Ask
one
Joe.
song, what would it be?
Probably Journey. I know
You don't know how to sing. Journey is the hardest song to sing. You know, I did a musical in front of Steve Perry, the lead singer. I did a musical in front of him. And after the show, I looked right at him and I bowed to him like I was amazing. Like I was totally fucking with him. They were all laughing. Bradley Cooper was there. Ron Rifkin, who won a Tony.
Did you sing?
It was an original musical, and Steve Perry was in the audience, and the band was so nervous, and I came out after singing my songs. Bradley Cooper was laughing so hard because I was singing my songs like I'm so bad.
Yeah.
And I came out. You know how when like somebody's done the performance of a lifetime and they're so exhausted?
thank you.
That's what I did. I bowed to them and stuff, and I was like, and I pointed to to Steve Perry. I mean, like the greatest rock and roll frontman. I sang right at him. Patty Jenkins, who's was laughing so fucking hard. She was. Bradley kept covering his mouth. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Back when I was hopeful about my career, and
you should still
back
be
when we were
hopeful.
all on the same level,
still
and
be
now I'm
hopeful.
shit. That was when
Bradley
Zach
Cooper
Galifianakis
did
and I
skyrocket.
used to have competitions, and we'd call each other about getting jobs, and we would tease each other like about how famous we were
He
getting.
stopped calling you.
Yeah, he stopped calling me.
When he got real famous?
Super famous.
After
Well, we did a little
Hangover?
movie. We did a tiny movie called The Hangover. Todd Phillips called me and asked me about this comedian named Zach Galifianakis. He asked me about Will Arnett and Zach Galifianakis.
Now, did he start? I didn't know.
Zach Galifianakis.
Zach, did he start from stand-up?
Yes.
Really? He was a stand-up comedian?
Yes, he was.
Wow.
I've known Zach. I did a show with Zach 18 years ago in New York City, and he came out dressed like a scribe, like a from the 17th century. He was dressed like he was from the 17th century.
He's funny as fuck.
He's the funniest person on the planet.
Really?
Zach,
He's the funniest person you know?
to me, him and Artie Lang, funniest people naturally.
Really?
Yeah. For me,
Artie Lang.
Artie Lang and Zach Galifianakis.
Funnier than Joey Diaz.
Just natural, raw funny.
Really?
On a consistent basis, who've made me laugh harder. Yes. And
Now,
Zach came out.
How come you don't get him on the show?
Oh, because he's a star and Zach won't do a podcast. I've asked him many times.
He won't answer your calls.
He'll text me. I'll text him and he'll text me a month later.
That's not a very good friend.
I text Bradley Cooper. Here you go. I haven't heard from him either. Texted him 2 days ago.
You're just on the outside looking in, aren't you, B? Did Bradley Cooper go, who is this?
Nope. Maybe he's got a different number now. What happens when people are super famous is it's not their fault. They're just super busy. How's life, my brother? Been too long. Let's grab a brew when you're in town. That's what I just said to him.
Oh,
Didn't hear back.
That's a tough.
So things are going well for me.
Text.
We were close. Anyway, and when I say close, I mean close. We spent a lot of time together. But it's not his fault. You get so busy. I can't imagine. I'm busy. I can't imagine him. I can't imagine.
You know what's tough though? People from your past that reach out. It's like, okay, we're gonna get together and do what, man?
Exactly.
Like, dude, listen,
so much of our relationship is predicated.
He might have a girl, or
100%.
He might have work.
And I know
like,
that.
I have people. You know how it goes. We're nowhere near as famous as him. But when someone reaches out to me from my past, who I haven't talked to him forever, like, hey man, let's do dinner. It's like, man, in my off time, I really don't want to catch up. And those dinners are like interviews.
You know why? Because a lot of your friendships, and including mine with any of these guys, was predicated on where we were going. And now all of us are here. And so there's, what are we going to do? Talk about old times? We don't spend enough time. Doesn't make them bad guys. No, not at all. I understand. He's got 1,000 things and 1,000 responsibilities. And what are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? It'd be nice. I just like hanging out because he cracks me up. He's a funny guy.
Which that stuff's important, but at the same time, too, it's like I get it, man.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
Yeah. Your life gets in the way. You get busy. You got kids. You live in Calabasas. You have no friends here. Here's the thing. Your career's dead. It doesn't matter. And the point is, at least I saved a whale.
Yeah.
Evan the Beard filling out that Abbott Kinney Fight Club shirt.
Pretty snugly.
Yeah.
How about your boy Jon Jones?
I don't know anything about this.
Yes. I'm going to break this news for you.
Hold.
No jail time, no felony, nothing. 72 has to do 72 appearances at boys girls centers.
There you go, brother.
Booyah.
Probation.
I mean, nothing. I mean, he has no travel restrictions, nothing.
How did that happen? Did you plea bargain?
Oh, because you're Jon Jones. Because you're the best fighter on planet Earth.
Yeah, but you still got to deal with the Albuquerque Police Department.
Yep.
So what happened?
Yeah, but when you're Jon Jones, that's what happens.
What about a civil suit from the woman? That's a different thing.
I don't know. He apologized, and he's eligible to fight right now. 205 division's like, fuck.
DC.
All of them.
DC has another shot at him.
No, DC fights this weekend against Gustafsson.
Yeah, if he wins that.
It's a big if, man.
It's a big if.
And real quick, I love DC, but that fight wasn't close. So what do you mean another shit? What? Who gives a fuck?
Oh, man.
So, I mean, the whole 205 division is like, fuck. Listen, you know he's going to come back with vengeance.
Oh, vengeance! But I'm not surprised at that verdict.
Come back? Is he going to come back as good as he is? Because to me, that chaotic lifestyle is what makes him great, right?
Yeah. So
if you take all that away and like, listen, man, you got to go home. You got to be a family man every night. You got to train twice a day. You eat your meat and potatoes. Hey, listen, no sugar. Don't do that.
You can't domesticate a zebra. Don't you know that? But you can tame one for a short period of time.
Before they freak the fuck out and do a bunch of coke.
Keep him in the cage. Keep him in the cage. Jon Jones is gonna put a nice whooping on anyone you put in front of him.
Enjoy that.
I don't
think
sure
as fuck ain't gonna be me.
I don't think Jon really gives a shit about anything but whooping ass.
He's a sociopath and he'll rip your face off.
Dead behind the eyes. He's dead behind the eyes.
He loves cocaine.
Cocaine and dead behind the eyes. He likes doing cocaine and punching people in the face and breaking pregnant ladies' arms.
No
punching people in the face and doing cocaine and breaking pregnant ladies' arms.
And then he has the support of Dana White. Showed up to his charges.
Dana White's my friend. 72 hours with the Boys and Girls Club. It's gonna be, hey guys, how you doing? Study hard. See ya later. That's 71 to go.
No, he has 72 appearances.
Yeah! Hey guys, here I am. Now fuck yourself. I gotta go train.
Hey kids, none of you are as talented as me. Stay off drugs. See ya.
If he's smart, he'll have them come to the training. He'll have them come to Greg Jackson's school. They can sit in bleachers and watch him train. And he'll go, hey guys, here's a double thumbs up.
Kill two birds with one stone.
Be like me. If you do get in an accident, run the fuck away so they can't put anything on you. Be smart in life. I'm dead behind the eyes. Dead behind the eyes, cocaine and breaking women's arms, punching guys in the face. I win at all costs, I'm a bad motherfucker, and I'm tall and super handsome with my face. I don't know what that means. I can't sing.
I
I want to write a song called Dead Behind the Eyes.
Dead Behind the Eyes?
Yeah. He's dead behind the eyes. I'm going to sing that all
man.
day.
Whole division. That's why this weekend's fights, like, did you even know there's fights this weekend?
Sure didn't.
We'll break it down in Fight Talk.
Yep.
But exactly, you didn't even know, right? And why? Because there's this whole Jon Jones looming over. No one gives a fuck. Unless Jon Jones is there, no one cares.
Wow.
And I love Alexander and DC.
I'm actually excited about that fight. That's not happening real soon, is it?
Saturday, Bryan. I just told you that twice.
I can't really wait.
And Rashad Evans is fighting.
Rashad's fighting?
Ryan Bader. Rashad's had 2 years off. Rashad's our boy.
Whoa.
Close friend of mine, Rashad. Just talked to him the other day.
I'd like to, we're going to watch these fights. I want to set something up for Saturday. I've got a bunch of shows. Actually, this Saturday at the Canyon Club, I'll be there. Come by.
So you're not watching the fights? What time are you at the Canyon Club?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're not watching the
Probably
fights.
about 9.
Yeah,
Then I got to go to the Laugh Factory after that.
No.
Probably at the Comedy Store.
And my
too.
family's in town.
Ooh.
We're going to watch the fights. You're not.
I need to watch the fights. Are they pay-per-view?
But of course.
Oh. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you have to put money on it right now, DC Gustafson, where's it go? You've sparred both of them. You've trained with both of them.
I'm not putting money on that fight.
You've trained with both of them.
I'm not going to put money on that
You've trained with both of them.
Yes.
You've told me that both those guys are a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
You've hung with them.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to make a choice, bro.
I have to pick one.
I mean,
I think if they fight 10 times, it goes 5-5.
Really?
It's a tough call, man.
Really?
Very tough matchup.
Is that right for DC?
Tough for both of them.
Yeah.
Very tough fight.
Yeah.
I don't see DC. I'm telling you, man, and I know DC's wrestling is super high level. Gus's wrestling is tough, man.
It's because you've had to actually clinch
took
up.
Jon down.
He took Jon down.
DC didn't take Jon down, if you remember.
I forgot that Gustafson took Jon down.
Twice.
Man,
legit takedowns.
Man, to see Gustafson fight Jon Jones again, he put a hurting on Jon Jones.
I think this is what's shitty, but this is the way the world works. Jon Jones really didn't take that fight serious. Anyone knows behind the scene that Jon really just got in shape for that camp. Really didn't take him serious at all.
Yeah.
Still won.
I
don't know what kind of Jon we're gonna get though.
I
assume
I would really be. I mean, I would got to see Gustafson after he got headbutt by accident by Anthony Johnson and got beat up in his own hometown. And you said he'll never be the same fighter. It's so hard.
I didn't say he'll never be the
you'll
same
see he'll never
fighter.
be the same, not the same fighter. And I understand what you meant by that, which is it's such a hard thing. It changes you no matter what, whether it's for the better or for the worse.
Yes.
But to see that awesome guy come back and hold that title and meet with Jon Jones again would be pretty fucking awesome.
It'd be a way better story. So if I'm marketing for UFC, your best bet is if Gus wins.
Yeah.
Because you can market that, right?
Yes.
Some people think he kind of won that fight before. He has this great story. He's a huge star in Europe. He's a bigger star than DC.
Yeah.
Overall in the world.
Yeah.
Way bigger. He's a bigger star. He's gone toe-to-toe with Jon. Jon's making a comeback. Maybe you do it April in New York. Madison Square Garden. Jon Jones. Gus too. What?
Wow.
Enjoy that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's a better story. DC wins. Who's excited for it? It wasn't a close fight. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be really interesting. What's the game plan if you're DC? What do you? I mean, you're
Same
in his
thing
corner.
he always does. Listen, the one thing I know is you never bet against DC.
No,
man,
he's such a
unless
smart
he's fighting
fighter.
Jon Jones.
He's such a smart
If
fighter.
he's fighting Jon Jones, then we're talking a different animal.
Yeah.
Anyone else in the world, you bet DC. Any heavyweight, anyone, you always bet DC.
I agree with you.
He gets it done.
Does Gustafson take a page out of Jon Jones and fight the same fight? He keeps him at bay. So DC's got to catch angles, get in close on Gustafson. Gustafson's probably a better striker.
Yes.
He is a better striker. It's a lot to deal with.
Well,
It's
there's
a lot
a
to
reason
deal
they're
with.
fighting for a world championship.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
It's a tough fight, man. I don't know who to call in that one. And I'm not a guy who fucking doesn't pick sides here. I could not tell you. Could not call it.
Wow.
I bet DC's the favorite.
Rashad Ryan Bader.
Yeah, break down the card for us, Ev, huh?
Break it down, brother. Break it down.
Well, you're right. DC is the favorite.
By how much?
I checked yesterday. I think he was like a
Minus
165.
So it's
It's pretty
much.
close.
That's pretty even in the UFC MMA world.
Yeah. And then Rashad is a favorite also.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting after taking 2 years off.
Yeah, I mean,
Bader's been on a fucking streak too.
Yeah, he beat Phil. He split decision Phil, which is pretty impressive.
No, before
Who
that.
was before that though? Not anyone particularly.
No, he's beat some good guys. No, he's beat good guys. Look him up. He's on like a
He's on a 4-fight win streak.
Yeah,
I believe.
man. His last loss was the Glover.
Yeah, we got Bader. Oh, he beat OSP. He decisioned OSP. He decisioned Rafael Cavalcante, and then he also decisioned Anthony Perosh. So he's decisioned his last 4 fights.
It's grinding.
And then got beat up pretty good by Glover.
He had Glover rocked.
Yeah.
He did.
He just got caught. He didn't get beat up.
Yeah.
He got caught in Brazil, but he rocked Glover.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, those decisions of Parrish and OSP, that's impressive. He can avoid it.
Yeah.
He's fighting smart.
Yeah.
He's fighting smart.
Who do you got in that one?
I never bet against Rashad, man. He's a good buddy of mine.
And then co-main, we've got Johnny Hendricks T. Wood.
That's interesting.
Hendricks is the favorite there.
For sure. Who do you got, B?
I got to go with Hendricks because I don't think Hendricks gets as tired. I think he's probably just his body type is going to be he's just a grinder. I don't know, man. I think Hendricks.
Great card.
Hendricks looks ripped as fuck right now
he's
too.
In shape.
Oh, he looks in amazing shape.
Well, he probably because he used to blow up to literally 212,
yeah,
215.
He'd get huge.
Yeah, and every bit of 5'7", 5'8". I mean, he's not tall, so that's a lot of weight to put on. I remember seeing him in the off season, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir," and he's probably gotten smart about that, so he doesn't. He's probably been staying at a certain weight.
He's a world champion doing that, though.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's tough not to pick Hendricks. God, I wouldn't mind seeing a change in the guard and seeing Woodley win, man. I love both those guys.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I'm putting money on it, you got to put money on Hendricks.
Doesn't a lot of it have to do, in my opinion, with how these guys are training since their last fight? In other words, like what I noticed about Johnny Hendricks when he fought Robbie Lawler was Johnny Hendricks was using kicks, which I hadn't seen before. He was putting them together. He was kicking and punching and kicking. That was pretty impressive. He was doing a really good job. Whether that was effective or not, I would argue in a lot of ways it was effective to an extent. But he changed his game up. Like I hadn't seen him do that ever in a fight. And the question is T. Woodley going to come at Johnny with something Johnny hasn't seen?
Well, guess what T. Woodley's doing, though?
What?
He was working with Duke Rufus.
There you go. So
striking's probably going to be way better.
There you go. So he's
and then
doing
wrestling's
something different.
If
That's
anyone
a toss-up.
Well, Hendricks beat him when they competed. And Hendricks is more decorated, but Woodley, in the octagon, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, in the octagon, it's probably a toss-up, or but if he's working with Rufus, then he's obviously trying to add to his game.
Submissions, I give to Hendricks.
You do?
Yes.
Really? His jiu-jitsu.
That boy can grapple.
Yeah. Straight
up can grapple.
Yeah.
Worked with Marcelo Garcia for a while. He's a monster.
Ooh.
Hendricks is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
That's a tough. Those are all good fights. What other fights are on there? Who you got between Evans and Bader? I could see Evans.
I'll tell you what.
I could see Evans TKOing him.
I'll tell you what.
He hasn't been knocked on in a while, though.
I'm going to go with Evans. I mean, with Bader because he's actively fighting. Has been for a long time.
Level.
At a high level. He's on a win streak. His confidence is probably really high, and I don't know how much Rashad Evans likes to fight.
That's fair.
And I think
if Rashad loses this one, though, we're in some trouble.
Again, I would also like to see what kind of camp they have. Like where, one of the things that they were talking about with Luke Rockhold and the difference between Luke Rockhold and Weidman is that you've got to look at where is Weidman training, who are his sparring partners. For me, when I look at Luke Rockhold and he's at AKA with guys like, Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier, and he's training with those guys all the time.
You give him the edge.
I give him the edge.
You're so wrong.
Because,
first of all, Weidman's a champ for a reason. Oh, so because he doesn't train with Cain and DC, you think his camp is shit?
I don't think his camp is shit. I never said his camp was shit.
Don't
say I said his camp was shit. What I'm saying is
because Weidman was a super high-level wrestler. Super high level.
Yeah, 2-time All-American.
Yes, went from there
and
straight to Ray Longo and Matt Serra, and they molded him into a world champion.
Yeah.
And Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you think Rockhold's camp's better just because they have more famous guys?
I think my guess is that Rockhold has a higher level, of training partner than two champions in the 205 and the heavyweight. That's significant when those are your primary sparring partners.
It is, but then think about this. Weidman is the star of his camp. All the attention is on Weidman. Right. It's obviously working. At AK, there's no way. You have DC, you have Cain, Rockhold, you have all these guys fighting. You can say what you want. Those guys are getting hurt all the time, right? Getting hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And Weidman's on the East Coast. They're bringing high-level boxers. I know they bring in Roy McDonald. They bring all these high-level guys.
I said to Luke Rockhold, the second thing I said to him, I shook his hand. And we sat down. I go, hey, bro, you know why I'm rooting for you, right? In this fight. He goes, why? I go, because I met you first. That's why.
Oh, I mean, I like Luke, but I love Weidman. Weidman's my boy.
No, I'm sure.
You would love Weidman.
I'm sure I would. Weidman
is Captain America.
I'm sure he's awesome. I hear nothing but great things.
His work ethic is insane.
Of course, I like. But if you had to, so we're not going to really get into this. But you're telling me that you have Weidman in that fight?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I know. Sorry, T. Sorry, Tarek.
Wow. Okay.
I love both of them.
That's honest.
Well, yeah.
That's honest.
He's a champ for a reason.
Yeah.
And I know what he does to certain guys.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I know what he does to certain guys who are ranked number 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, boy. You got the inside skinny.
He's a fucking monster, man.
Dead behind the eyes.
You know he wants to fight Jon Jones and Cain?
How would he do against Dead behind the eyes? How would he do?
I don't know. Let's stick to this card. What are you, share dog? What else you got?
Man.
There's a lot of good fights on this one. Joey Benavidez is taking on Ali Bagautinov.
Ooh.
Joe's my boy. Ali Bagautinov, his first fight since testing positive for EPO.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Don't give a fuck. I just want Joey to win.
You got to go Joey because he's our boy.
Hell yeah, you got to go Joe.
We're so tribal. We like Joey Benavidez no matter what.
They're also tiny, so who cares? What else you got?
Brendan.
First team all handsome Alan Jouban's fighting.
Ooh, who's he fighting?
This guy, Albert Tumenov.
Never heard of him.
I think he's going to smoke him.
I'm just going with the better-looking guy.
Well, Jouban.
Jouban's winning
Jouban, I think someone tweeted to me, I saw this. I want to say he signed a modeling contract with Versace.
God damn him.
Dime piece, son.
Dude.
He said, oh, Reebok pumps? That's cool. Check out Versace.
Dude, what a stud. Let me get a look at that guy again. Let me get a look at him. Jouban.
He is a good-looking dude.
Alain
Great
Jouban.
guy, too.
Is he?
Oh.
He would be.
Really
awesome guy.
Trains at Black House.
God damn it. And he's
he
French,
teaches
right?
Il
est français?
I don't think so.
Mais il parle français ou non?
No.
Il est américain?
Non pas.
Non, mais il est américain ou français? Belgique? Non?
He's American, man.
Alors?
He's not French?
No.
Ah.
I don't know why you think
Je
he's
pense
French.
qu'il est français.
His last name?
Jabbar, c'est en français. C'est un nom français.
Nah, definitely not. Please stop speaking
Non.
French. Drives
Pourquoi?
everyone crazy on the show.
Tais-toi.
A couple heavyweight fights on there.
Who else is fighting?
Sean Jordan's fighting.
Who's he fighting?
Ruslan Magomedov. Yeah, that's name.
The Russian cat, right?
Ruslan.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Throws people on their heads, suplexes them.
He's a wrestler, correct?
Yep. Sambo champion. I think world champion.
I don't think that's Magomedov. Honestly, I get these Russian guys confused.
Ruslan. Yeah, Ruslan. He's a badass. He's a bad motherfucker.
What do you know about
Derek
him,
Lewis is fighting too.
Oh, who's Derek Lewis fighting?
He's on the Fight Pass prelims. He's fighting. He's the first fight on there, actually. Some guy from the Czech Republic named Victor Pesta.
God, Derek Lewis fell off like a motherfucker, right? After a Mitrione loss.
Oh, boy.
It's a good card, man. So flying under the radar. Numbers will be terrible.
Rose Namajunas is fighting.
Who's Rose? What is she on the undercard?
She kicks off the prelims on FS1.
Damn,
she's fighting
she
Angela Hill.
Motherfucker. Angela Hill?
She hasn't fought since she got beat up by
Beat up.
Yeah.
Esparza? Was that the
That's
the
her last fight, right? Because I
think so.
Yeah, because she was supposed to fight, and the girl she was supposed to fight got sick, and they pulled her from the card.
Yeah.
So this is her first fight.
I love her.
Rose is
She's
crazy
so
athletic.
pretty.
She's crazy athletic.
Oh, she's hellishly athletic and gorgeous. Like she's the Jouban of female fighters. She's just
that's
beautiful.
Aggressive.
She's so beautiful, man.
Oh wow.
I think
You're at 10.
I don't know if I'm going.
7.
I don't know if I'm going as far as Bryan, but she's underrated in the looks department.
Oh, I
think.
agree.
Oh my god.
She's good looking for a fighter.
She's Pat's girl, Pat Barry's girl, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We also got Jessica Ai and Juliana Pena. Pena, who hasn't fought in a year, 2 years.
She blew out her
2
knee.
years from that ACL.
She blew
ACL,
out her
MCL.
knee.
Yikes.
No, Pena's fought since.
Has she?
Yep. She dominated the girl. She fought since.
She has. Are you
Yep.
sure?
Positive. Look it up. She fought since. She won. Destroyed the girl.
What do you think about that? Ai Pena.
Boy, if there's one thing I don't care about, it's women fighting. Let's see. I think
Brennan,
Pena
can you
wins.
please respect the effort?
Pena wins. I like Pena. Pena's a good person. Yeah, and she's a hottie too. The Venezuelan vixen. Pena's a hottie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Oh, yeah.
the Ultimate Fighter champ on Ronda and
I know
Misha's
she is.
season. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man, those fights are good. Sean Jordan has a tough fight. Tough matchup for him. I think he won his last fight.
Who's he fighting?
That Russian cat.
Oh yeah, Ruslan.
Ruslan Magomedov.
Yeah.
See what this
That
dude's
has
all about.
decision all over it.
Well, Ruslan was such a badass, and then like he was taking guys and throwing them, and then he had to tangle with Ben Henderson, and I was like, oh,
Bro, we're talking
that's
heavyweights.
That's why
You're
Ben
off
Henderson. No, Ruslan.
God damn
Ruslan's not heavyweight.
This is the heavyweight,
yeah, he
bro.
is.
This
is
is
a
another
heavyweight
different
fight.
guy.
Are you thinking of Khabib?
No, I'm talking about Ruslan.
No, he's thinking of another guy.
What was the
We're talking
guy's
about a
name?
heavyweight here.
Wait,
Russian heavyweight.
What was the name you just said?
Magomedov.
Ruslan Magomedov, I believe is.
No,
He's
this
a
is a
heavyweight.
heavyweight fighting Sean Jordan.
Yeah. That's
God
what I meant.
damn it, Bryan.
Who's the guy who's Ruslan? The other guy. There's another guy.
There's a
Ruslan.
boxer, Ruslan.
No, there's another guy who fought Ben Henderson and lost, but he was throwing people. He was suplexing the shit out of everybody.
Oh, he's talking about the kid from Jackson's who
yes,
suplexed
yes,
him.
yes. That guy. Sorry, man.
Okay,
I can't keep up with these Russian names, bro.
But when he said he's fighting Sean Jordan.
Yeah, but Sean.
You're
lost
thinking
a
of
lot weight.
Khabibov.
Yes, Khabibov.
Rustam.
Rustam
Khabibov.
Khabibov.
Ruslan,
Jesus Christ, I
Rustam, it
can't
is
keep
tough.
up, man.
is tough.
Ruslan Khabibov.
Yeah, this Magomedov guy has won a lot of fights in a row, but they're pretty much all decisions.
I know, it's all decisions.
He fought your boy Josh Copeland.
And beat the brakes off him, right? Or was it a decision?
It was a decision. He fought Tim Sylvia recently.
And beat
In
him by
2013, he decisioned Tim Sylvia.
Tim Sylvia is still fighting.
I don't know.
Guess someone's gotta pay, you got to pay the bill somehow.
The thing is boy, I'll tell you what, man. Even if he goes 7-0, if he's just decision people, no one's gonna get behind you. The fans just don't give a fuck, and I'll tell you, who really doesn't give a fuck if you're decision people. Dana White. You got to finish guys.
You do
Look
have to
at
finish
John
guys.
Fitch. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you got to
You
finish.
have to finish guys.
Yeah.
The fighters can appreciate a decision win. That's a beast. To stay in the octagon for 15 minutes with a high level guy and not get beat up is crazy.
It's kind of a lesson for life. Like most people are almost so, and I'm guilty of this sometimes. Like you do everything right, but when it comes to the final thing, you got to kill it. Like in anything you accomplish, like there tends to be
you got to
this-
knock it out of the park.
You got to knock it out of the
Well,
park.
especially
Because you know how
professional
people
sports.
do in everything in life. They like some people will write, like see a lot of people start a script and they write really hard, but then they don't finish the final chapter. They don't.
It's not as good.
Yeah, there's always that moment where you're almost, and then you're confronted when you're about to complete the circle. You're confronted with all this shit that happens, where you're just confronted with it. You're just like, what am I gonna do now? Or if you're trying to get better at something. My wife took a bad spill on a horse, okay? And the doctor looked at her and said, she broke her toe, it looks like. And the doctor said, I've seen people's lives get destroyed by horses. And I was like, motherfucker, don't say that to my wife. I don't want you to say that to her because she has a passion. And I said to her, we were talking, and I said, she goes, it's messed up my head. I'm afraid. Because the horse fell on its own. Wasn't anything I did. It fell on its face. Right.
Should we kill the horse?
No. But sometimes you have to. But
that's what I'm saying. You want me to kill him?
No, you don't have to kill him because he's okay.
I'm gonna put my fingers in his nose.
But that's not a way to kill him.
No,
because he can breathe out of his mouth, bro.
No, I close his mouth and put.
Oh, good luck. He's 1,200 pounds.
No, carry on. Though.
Good luck, though. You're gonna hold on to his mouth.
Carry on.
Good luck. He'll lift you with his neck. And but I said to her, you got to change the question in your mind. Right now, you have a question in your mind, and the question's not helpful, which is, what if this happens again? What if I fall off? What if I get killed? What if I get fucked up? I said, change the question. This is just a plateau. You got to confront this. You got to get back on the horse if you want to get better. And it's like anything else. You got knocked out when you're sparring. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to get hit like that.
Never been knocked out sparring.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like You got to confront yourself and go, all right, what did I do wrong? How do I avoid that again? And anything worth it is going to be scary. Anything, we always talk about this. Anything worth it is going to require that you confront yourself and your fears and change the way you think about it. Change the way you think about it.
This is my only argument. I'm kind of on the doctor's side here. When you have a husband and kids.
No. I understand.
How much are you making riding horses?
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
If it's her passion,
it's her passion.
And it's their
it
only
makes her
outlet,
life better. It's so great.
Then she has to do it. Is there any way
her
she can?
Friends,
can she
everything.
ride donkeys?
No way.
They're not as dangerous.
I know, but that's the whole
cheaper.
point. She's really good at it. She's a really good rider, like really good. Like she has a natural thing for it. Her Olympian coach was like, she was like that the day she got on a horse. I go, look at the way she rides. Like, I mean, jumping and doing. You saw her, you'd be like, you wouldn't know the difference between her and an expert. You wouldn't. She's that athletic and that good.
I wouldn't know the difference if Evan jumped on a horse.
I understand,
right now.
but she's really, really good and recognized for it.
So,
and I was like, look, this brings you so much joy and so much excitement and so much passion, and it also created a whole community for you. You're never getting off a horse.
How long has she been doing it?
I'll buy her another horse.
We'll take it easy. Okay. How long has she been doing it?
For 2 years now, maybe more.
She's only been doing it for 2 years?
3 years. Yeah, man.
And how many times has she gotten hurt?
She hasn't gotten hurt. She's fallen. You know, she got hurt.
How many times? Maybe
3 times.
three?
3 times, yeah.
So once a year?
Right.
And how serious has the injuries been?
Not bad. Bruises.
Get the fuck back on the horse.
Get back on the horse.
Get back on the horse.
If you die, get back on the horse. It doesn't matter, man. I mean, I'm saying,
if you die,
I'm saying everything in life is a risk. Everything in life is a risk.
For sure.
Don't shy from the risk. It makes you feel more alive. Fuck spectators. You want to be safe, be a spectator.
Yeah, exactly. Get in the crowd, join the fucking match.
It just gets me more excited when it's dangerous. I don't know.
The thing for her is she realizes getting in the car and driving where she's going is the higher risk of dying than jumping on that horse.
100%,
correct?
man.
You just got to break it down to him that way.
She said to the doctor, the doctor goes, be careful. She goes, yeah, I could get hit by a bus too in my car. Boom. See you later.
How old's the doctor? Older?
Yeah, he's kind of a guy.
Of course.
Just, he's threatened by, I said to her, I go, people are threatened by other people who have passions. When you have a passion that you love, there's no reason, you're never going to get off a horse. Like anything you do is going to be, anything worth it is going to be dangerous.
That's the doctor's job though, isn't it?
It is.
That's what doctors do. Like when I got hurt in high school, he was like, oh, you never play sports again. Hey man, I'm fucking 16. Maybe take it easy.
Oh, why? Because my back hurt? And they did an x-ray, and it turned out I didn't, the bone wasn't completely formed. And he goes, well, you can never throw a ball or twist your body. That's what he said to me. And I was like...
Doctors suck. Hey, what risks do doctors take?
Yeah.
You're in school for 12 years.
I was like, I'm going to keep... How about this? I'll just wrestle and then do Taekwondo and be the greatest
That's what you should expect
Taekwondo
easy
stand-up comic of all time.
Well, you're just the toughest in podcasting. But the thing is...
Almost.
Yeah, get back on the horse, Amanda, if you're listening. Get the fuck back on the horse.
Get back on the fucking horse.
It's a horse.
It's a fucking horse.
They're not cheap, though. You could be driving a Bugatti as much as you pay for horses.
Speaking of which, everybody.
He could be driving a Bugatti.
100%. 100%.
Well, let's just you don't have to give me the exact number, but
$2,300.
How much?
$2,300 a month. Probably. I don't really know. I'd have to look at it.
I don't know if you could drive a Bugatti.
That's my daughter taking lessons. Horses are...
How many days a week?
Every day. She rides every day. She rides every fucking day.
$2,400 for every day?
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it.
But it's just like leasing the horse. Like I can't take your horse home.
No, you just lease it. You don't want to own a horse. You want to lease a horse.
Because they take care of them. You just ride them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like renting a kid.
Yes.
You do all the fun stuff.
You want to lease a horse because a horse can go lame very easily.
What do you mean lame?
Well, it gets a sprain in its ankle and it's in the barn for 2 years.
Oh no, you got to kill it.
Well, you got to keep it alive.
Here's a question: where's this horse ranch at that you guys go to?
20 minutes away from my house.
God damn, that's far.
Beautiful.
That's an hour and a half.
No, it's so beautiful. She loves the drive.
Can I squeeze his
She loves
nose?
the drive. She loves everything. Yes, you can
Really?
squeeze the shit out of his
Really?
nose. 100%.
When are you guys going next?
We should go. You should watch her ride. Yeah, I know. Riding is
Hey, bro,
whatever.
look at me.
Yeah.
Let's
You
take it easy.
You just want to go there and squeeze some noses?
I just want to squeeze the horse.
All right.
Don't watch you and your wife ride the horse.
I don't ride the horse. I don't care.
I'd rather go up there, squeeze the horse's nose, and get kicked in the nuts and watch your wife.
I want to make
ride
the money.
for
I want to
2
make the
hours.
money to lease another one for her, but it's a lot of money.
Okay, do a live show.
Yeah.
There's a horse. Shut your fucking mouth. Amanda, I got your back.
I got other bills too. Hey, the kid looked at a Tesla, test drove it. Oof.
Did you are you exaggerating?
I went
Did you
down.
test drive
I went
it?
to Burbank, all the way to Best, all the way to Burbank after boxing.
Did you test drive it?
I got in a white S85.
Did the wheels move?
I test drove it around the block.
Did you test drive it?
I sure did. And it's quick. It's got some speed.
Did you just get in or did you test drive it?
No, I actually test drove it. But you know, it's funny. I know why you're asking me that because I don't care enough. I actually went around the block and I went, yeah, it's fine. I got it. I didn't go faster.
I don't like test driving cars either. Like
I know.
I test drove my Porsche, you know. I literally went around the block. He goes, "You can take it on the highway." Nah, I get it.
It's a Porsche.
We're hanging. We're good, man. You're not we're not friends. I don't want to fucking hang out in the car all day with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got it.
I was like, oh, look, it drives.
It's like when I got my Prius. Like I just bought it because I was driving like 600 miles a week in camp when I was in camp nonstop. Remember that?
Yeah.
I get the Prius. He goes, all right, let's go for a test drive. I go, I don't need a test drive. It's a Prius. Because you don't want to take it around the block. I'm like, I'll figure it out. It's a Prius. We'll figure it out. Yeah. I can't wait to get rid of it.
That's kind of how
I think I got 3 more months on that fucking thing.
Well, I'm nervous buying an expensive car, obviously, because
you're leasing it though, not buying, right?
Yeah. No, you buy the Tesla. You don't lease.
You can't lease Tesla.
But I get the high occupancy vehicle. I can get in the whatever it's called.
Did they tell you about the charging at home?
Yeah, it might make sense. I was looking at a used one, a 2014. It might make sense to get a new one. It might be the same amount of money. You get tax rebates.
You get taxed whether it's
I gotta look into it.
The guy didn't go over the numbers with you?
They're not giving them away.
Why would they give a Tesla away?
They're expensive. It's an expensive car.
Well, yeah,
I've never owned an expensive car.
Looked at it.
I'm 48. I've never owned an expensive car.
You owe it to yourself, man.
That's what my accountant says. He says, get yourself a nice car.
Dude, so when I work out, I run outside. I park my car so I can see it. It motivates me to run fast.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like a little bit of a prick driving an expensive car. I feel a little guilty, and I don't know why.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're Passat. You should feel guilty for driving that Passat.
I had a fan who said...
because you're polluting the earth way more than I am,
Yeah.
and we know this because Volkswagen's a bunch of fucking liars. Granted, they do own Porsche. But listen, Volkswagen, you're polluting the pollution more. And B, it's a bummer to see in that Passat.
That's what this fan said.
It's a bummer.
Fan said, you owe us to get into a nice car, bro.
You're an outlier, man. You're an outlier, and then you do this amazing talent, and then you jump into a Passat. It's like, fuck.
It makes you feel.
It's like seeing Superman jump in a Volkswagen Beetle. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah.
Like you want him to be different than the rest.
Yeah. And you know what Rogan said to me? I was talking to him and he couldn't hear me, and he goes, "I can't hear you." And I go, well, "What? It's on my Bluetooth." He goes, "Here's the problem with cheap cars. I can't hear you in a cheap car. They don't put as much technology in it. Get an expensive car." He freaks out on me.
He
can't believe I drive a Passat.
I can't either. If it's what you like, though, that's whatever.
Well, I just don't care. But I'm going to get a Prius. I mean a Tesla.
I got a Prius for you.
No, I got a Prius.
I got a Prius.
I drove a Prius for 3 years.
I know. When I first met you, I had a maroon Prius.
I'm going to get myself. I'm going to get myself a Tesla. I think I'm going to do it. I owe it to myself since I'm irrelevant and Netflix hates me. Since Netflix hates me,
irrelevant.
I think I owe it to myself.
Netflix, we're gonna stick it to you.
Yeah, man.
Watch this.
I believe it, man. Our fan base is growing. I felt so good. I gotta say, San Jose, when I was there, and we filled the balcony, and they all went crazy when they mentioned the fighter and the kid. And the owner, the club, were like, "Listen, very few people fill this balcony, and you did it." Very few. And he went to some names. Dude, I was like, God damn.
I can't wait for Thursday. The live shows. Cannot wait. We finally get to interact with the fans.
Yeah.
Like fan questions, whatever. Finally get to see them in person.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I love it.
We have a bunch of other cities coming up too.
I know.
It's gonna be so dope.
Well, we got the downloads on where we are, the top 20 cities that listen to us. It's pretty. Did
crazy.
You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Denver. Hey, Denver.
Step it up.
I'm from there. Step your fucking game up.
Sold out. Though.
Hey, Denver. That bummed me out. I look at all top cities. I'm like, Denver has to be in top 5. I'm from there. Played at CU.
Nope.
Those are my
Not
people.
in the top 20.
Nope. Denver's like 22. Good amount of downloads, but nothing like freaking California.
Yeah. California.
Or Brooklyn.
Texas.
Toronto. Austin. Houston.
Yeah.
Miami.
We got Texas locked down. We got Miami locked down, dude.
Brooklyn.
I'm all over Miami. And I am Young Ron and
San
Paul
Fran?
are my boys. That's like the #1 radio station there. We'll go on there. We'll have some fun.
We'll figure it out.
We got to get down to Miami. We got to get down to Miami. One of my
I'm not a
favorite
big
places.
Miami guy.
Oh, one of my
been there so
favorite
many
places
times.
on the planet. Really. I just like the people.
Can't hold a torch to LA.
Like the people. Best looking women in the world, too.
Ooh, I disagree.
Really?
I've been there a ton, too.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Me too.
People say that all the time. I disagree.
Oh. I think they're the best looking people in the world.
Ooh, I 100% disagree.
Really? Where do you think they're better looking?
LA.
LA?
100%.
I just
You go to the right spots in
I like
LA.
all that Latin.
You go to the right
all
spots
that Latin
in LA.
blood.
That's here, too, my man.
Yeah. I think I'm obsessed with Latin culture. I think I want to be Latin. I think I want to be Spanish. I know it's weird.
I don't know. Let's go to current events with Evan the Beard.
Current events with Evan the Beard. Hey, dropping knowledge.
Oh, You want to do it now? Or you want to wait till after current events? Because we just announced current events.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Dropping knowledge really quickly. I couldn't believe this. What percentage of people do you think are incarcerated for drug-related offenses? This blew my mind.
Drug-related?
Yeah.
75.
85%.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What is it?
17%. What the fuck, man? It's
I
not.
thought we had a drug problem.
I do too. I mean, I thought that all. I've always. This is how we all talk. I'm like, well, all our jails are filled with people who are drug offenders. It's 17%, according to David Brooks in the New York Times. 17%, and they do some
when did you
strong
get this stat,
cross-reference.
This isn't from 5 years ago, right?
2 days ago.
Because you did a current event was from 4 years ago.
Sorry.
It was embarrassing because I get on the
I
people.
didn't even mean to do a
Hey,
current
Shab, come on, man. Don't let Callan do that. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I get an email like, hey, Callan, this was from 4 years ago.
I love our fans because
Who
they
sent you
correct
that,
us. They
though?
correct us. It was David Brooks. It was in an op-ed piece 2 days ago in the New York Times, and they do
Not
their research.
not the guy who beat up the electronic kid, the video game kid. Your current event from 4 years ago.
Oh no, that was my wife sent me that, just on my phone.
Yeah, let's not do that, huh?
Yeah,
That's terrible.
I just thought it was interesting. I was like, I didn't mean it.
It was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Hey, this is crazy. 2 planes crashed
dude,
into the Twin Towers.
17% though. I thought it was way more than that.
I thought we had a drug problem.
And a lot of it also is they think that the reason our jails are so full is because prosecutors have an interest in getting convictions. They'll give you a plea deal, but they'll put you in jail because a lot of prosecutors have political aspirations.
Watch there's a special Vice where they sit down with Obama and the guy from Vice and they go to a prison and visit these guys.
Yeah.
And they're on drug-related charges.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Really?
And Obama's like, we got to change. Like, this isn't good. It's crazy.
Because people are there for, I mean, there are for
bullshit.
sure a lot of people there for bullshit.
Because crack and cocaine is different.
Those Rockefeller laws, those mandatory
one thing
sentences.
Of crack
yes.
compared to
30
all
years.
Yes.
Well,
and
those
these guys
were
are in there like, what the fuck
so,
are we doing?
So that was a reaction to the crack epidemic in the 80s
Reagan,
when
right?
people were getting, I remember this very well because I was very much alive and I was in college. And I lived in D.C. The crack epidemic, people have to remember, was so bad, and people were getting shot in L.A. and D.C., and it was like 4 or 5 people a day. It was
Crack
crazy.
rock, son.
And cops and communities were looking at these young men and women getting shot for a rock of cocaine. And what happened, society goes, wait a minute. This is a war zone. Kids are getting caught in crossfire. There are all kinds of tragic stories. And young men are dying and everything else. We need to do something about it. And the pendulum swung, as it always does, all the way to the right where they said, look, let's just have, if you even touch drugs, it's called the Rockefeller laws, you're going away for 30 years.
But
let's
crack,
make
crack and cocaine are 2 different things.
They are, but what happened was
the offense is way
the
different
drug laws, right. Because crack was the epidemic. And they said,
Crack's
if you're,
the poor man's.
if you're dealing with
Cocaine's
rock,
the
we're
rich
going to put
man.
you in jail
Yes.
forever. And that's what happened. And now you had families that were just being destroyed.
So what's the majority of the prisons made up of? It's not drug offenses.
So it can be there's a lot of
I'm sure there's one that dominates
all
the other.
different crimes. All different
No
crimes. And a
shit,
lot of
Callan.
violent crime, actually. I was surprised. There's a lot
Really?
of
Is
a lot of
that's what
violent
makes up the-
offenders.
I wonder what the majority is.
I'd have to read the article again, but I was surprised at how
sure find out what's number
many were theft, burglary, and violence and assault and and all.
I wonder what number 1 is.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was.
But there's
drugs.
more incentive, I guess, for prosecutors. And there are a lot of theories. And one of the things that he said in the article is there are a lot of theories that nobody really has a definitive answer. A lot of theories as to why people are spending more time in jail. And a lot of it might be that prosecutors have political aspirations so that when they run for a district attorney or whatever.
Yeah, that's on their record.
Their record is, I have a 98% conviction rate.
For sure.
Yeah.
They interviewed Pablo Escobar's right-hand man. He's the only guy left in the Medellin cartel. Medellin cartel.
Medellin.
Yeah, so he's the only guy left. And they interviewed him on, like, El Chapo, what do you got to do to catch him? And he goes, he'll get caught in about 18 months. He has 18 months of freedom. And then in 18 months, they'll be able to track and get a feel for
pattern for where he's going.
And then they're going to catch him. And a guy like that would rather die than go to American prison.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to go out shooting. But they asked him, they said, all right, so in your professional expert opinion, what do you do to stop drugs? He laughs. He goes, you can't stop drugs.
No.
He goes, you can never stop a guy like me, ever.
There's
He
a
goes-
demand.
He goes, yeah, that's exactly.
A massive demand. What are you talking
You'd
about?
have to legalize drugs.
Decriminalize it.
Yep.
You just decriminalize it. How many Mexicans have to die for our American habit?
Isn't it weird?
How many Mexicans? How many Mexican families have to suffer?
Colombian too, man.
And their entire society. How many Colombian families? They are providing. We are the major consumer. So when are we going to decriminalize? If I was Mexico, I would decriminalize it right now. I'd be like, you guys are our biggest customer. You're right on our border, and and we're the ones paying for it. Oh, how many people died? How many people were in body bags in 1 year? I think it was 52,000 or something crazy. How many over the past 10 years? It's astronomical.
Drugs. That's what you got to do if you want to make a change.
What's the alternative? How's it going? How's the war on drugs going? How's that going?
Yeah, we're not winning.
Yeah, because people do drugs.
How sad is that Dare line? I was like, stay away from drugs, kids. We have a prom on our hands.
No problem. I don't want kids doing drugs.
You probably didn't have Dare. Did you have Dare, Evan? Remember they came into your school?
Yeah, sure did.
And it was like, we got Officer Stacy here. So going to talk to you guys about drugs. And came in his full fucking get up.
I got no problem with educating people on how drugs are a dead end. I agree with that.
Kind of does nothing.
Probably not. But let people have to come to their own conclusions about drugs and alcohol. And I think they do. Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? Like, well, for me, sports kept me out of the drug scene. I was like, God, I can't do drugs and make it to Division I sports.
The answer. That's the answer.
We have to have a goal.
But
if your friends are all doing it, at least I had friends doing it. I was tempted to try it.
Listen,
I didn't inhale.
I don't think enforcement. It doesn't feel like enforcement is the answer. It just doesn't.
Well, whatever we're doing is not working.
What did my buddy Stevie Blue Eyes did 3.5 years in federal penitentiary for drug running, and he said something interesting. He said, "Well, drugs, when you make them illegal, it gives bad people something to do, and if you make it legal, then what do those bad people do?" He was like, "I don't know." Yeah, they'll find something else.
Believe me, legalizing drugs aren't going to solve all our problems either.
I agree.
Whoever thinks that's an idiot.
Exactly.
Bad people are going to do bad things.
Sure.
And the reason it's so big is because the margin on drugs, the amount of money you can make on it is why.
Yeah, and when you have
they can make that money on slanging T-shirts illegally, they would slang T-shirts.
Yeah, and when you can make that kind of money, it takes a great deal of risk, and you've got to be willing to kill your competition, kill anybody who's going to talk to the cops, and kill cops. Those guys are people like El Chapo are willing to do things most men are not willing to do. And my guess is that if you were to
come from a different background, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what they do is right, but they come from a different background.
Whatever the case, I think if you decriminalize,
I will kill you right now to make this podcast bigger.
You would?
I'm like Escobar.
Yeah,
I'd kill Evan.
I had a friend who was a criminal. I knew a guy who was a bad guy.
No, for reals, I'd kill Special K right now.
Yeah.
But carry on.
No, I knew a guy who was like that. He said this guy was right next to us, and he goes, he didn't know the guy. He goes, no offense to you. He goes, no offense to you, but if you told me that I could kill him and he had $1 million under his bed, I would do it. We were talking this way because I was talking about how good and bad is. Like, I was trying to argue with these guys about morality and ethics and how you don't do something, and they were trying to argue with me that their argument was the only difference between a good man and a bad man is a bad man is not afraid to get caught. And I was like, bullshit. I'm a good person. I don't steal because I don't think it's the right thing to do. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah, but I have a conscience and all that, and I think that's how. And I was arguing for the moral point of view, and he was like, I remember he looked. He goes, I don't know that guy. I'm sorry to say this to you, but if I knew you had $1 million in the bank, I'd kill him, take his money, I'd be fine.
Well, obviously, I think this was a movie, but it just hit me. I don't want to steal a plot from a movie, but if someone gave you a red button, like it's easy as this, you hit a button, and a random dude is going to die in the world. I have 6 billion people. You hit that button, you get $1 billion, and you're set for life. Would you hit that button? It could kill. You have no idea. It could kill El Chapo. Yeah. It could kill fucking Evan. It could kill my dad. It could kill.
I'd be very tempted to push the button because, in my opinion, $1 billion, I could use that $1 billion to
save more lives,
to open a school somewhere,
which you wouldn't do. But
I would do.
No,
I would have to do.
Hey, that sounds nice.
It's the only way I would justify.
Okay, then you're still left with $1 billion. Yeah. Okay, so you open a school, so let's set you back $4 million.
Look, let me put it this way, dude.
Would you do it?
I'd feel so fucking guilty sipping that amazing wine in my beautiful villa in Italy. Yes, I would.
I would. Before they'd be like, listen, you hit this button, you can get $1 billion. I'd be like, oh God, that button? Oh fuck, man.
It's a good question.
Do I still get the $1 billion?
It's a good question. Answer, think about it for a second, for real.
My personal opinion, I think most Americans would do it.
Do you? I don't think they would.
Me and my dad got in this argument last time he was in LA, And I said, going through traffic, I said, in general, to me, some people, like, it's very selfish. I feel like it's a very selfish society we live in. My dad goes, you'd be surprised. I don't think it is. He goes, if we had an accident right now and you needed help, I bet almost every person would stop to help you. I went, I don't think so. In L.A., he goes, I think they would.
In banking, this used to be the case when my father told me, when they issue credit cards, they always they put into their business model the fact that, and I think this is the right statistic, 2.2% of all customers are going to defraud you. And there's an algorithm for it.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
And so really 2.2% of the populace are going to be crooks.
For sure.
And we
deal it with our shirts.
Yeah. Doing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. People go, oh, I don't mean to interrupt you, but just to relate to it, they'll go, oh, I ordered a medium and I never got it, but we tracked shipment and they got it. But they're trying to hustle more shirts. Or they'll put some like, oh, I have a hole in it. You know, there's certain frauds. You know, like you said, it's probably less than 2%.
Yeah, and that's part of doing business. So my feeling is that there are definitely people that hit that button, but my guess is the percentage would be much lower than you would imagine, because people are very uneasy about taking a life, a human life. You know, I've talked to detectives, and it's so fascinating. I've probably talked to probably maybe 6 or 7 detectives, and the first thing I ask them is, I go, how do you solve crimes? All of them have told me that actually that CSI stuff, the DNA and all
snitches,
that,
right? It's
really they very rarely use it. It's like solving murder cases with DNA is something tiny. It's like 1% or something. Actually, he said you'd be amazed at how many people confess and how many people talk, because it's the biggest crime. You grow up with it being the biggest sin. Murder is the biggest. Human beings.
Well,
you know, honestly.
You don't think like places in Africa or in Mexico, like these cartels, they don't view life the way we do.
Even in Mexico, there are those 1%ers. But remember, those cartels are small representatives of the population at large. No, I
agree.
Right?
I'm just saying that.
In fact, Mexico is very Catholic, so you'd see a lot of. They're very, very, conservative.
The cartels are driving by churches and praying. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, they're doing that.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is if I'm living on a dirt floor and I have 4 kids, I have nothing. We're fucking starving. You bring me that button, and it's between my kid and some random person.
That's a little different. To save your child, yes. But
I'm saying save you.
I'm saying you and I in a situation where we have.
I would never hit the button.
Right.
I
know you wouldn't.
I would never hit the button.
I know you wouldn't. Even if it's $1 billion, it'd be like, I can't do it.
No, I'm fine. I don't need $1 billion.
It's like we talked about. We've had sponsors.
I've become a drug addict.
We've had sponsors come to us, and we could make a lot of money. And we had that conversation where we're like, problem is, I don't believe in that product. I don't use it. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, because it's just not. You pay for it.
Pay for it down the road.
Yeah, you know who you are.
That's a tough conversation to have, right?
Fuck
it was a big company, and I thought we kind of should do it. And you're like, no, listen, this is why we don't do it. And he said, when's the last time you ate that? Like, I haven't ate that kind of food in fucking 15 years.
There you go. And so now we're hawking something to people who listen to us and trust us. And for what? More money? We can go eat at Scopa a bunch and get a better bottle of wine.
A couple free Whoppers.
And be liars. Be liars. I'm a liar anyway, but to be liars.
Different kind of liar. Current events, Evan, what do you got? We went down a weird path.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah, it was.
All right, we'll start off first current events with a little Jenner news. The L.A. District Attorney's Office today decided not to charge Caitlyn Jenner in connection with the fatal crash that she was involved in.
Must be nice to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Got
Why
off
is
with
that?
vehicular manslaughter.
Well, I'm sure. Did they settle out of court?
No, it doesn't look like
vehicular manslaughter is not
getting off.
No.
They stated that the office would not be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Jenner was at fault. And they said that basically that the speed that she was going and her conduct behind the wheel was not unreasonable. She's still facing a bunch of civil suits stemming from the accident, but as far as the vehicular manslaughter charge, she's off.
Again, I mean, let's call it what it is. Between Jon Jones and Caitlyn Jenner pays to be a celebrity, right? You're living by a different set of rules. You just are. Yeah. You just are. That's the world we live in. You think I'm not mad at them.
You think the DAs actually gives them a break? Because sometimes the DA wants to go after them because they're famous.
Well,
right?
sometimes it works pro and con, right?
Yeah.
But I think in both their cases, it's helped both of them.
Is that because they can afford high-priced, very smart lawyers?
I think there's a number of things, yeah. right? Number of things.
Yeah, money. If you have money, you tend to stay out of jail. Easier than if you're poor, for sure.
Yeah.
We know that.
Mm-hmm. What else you got, Ev?
This one's for you, Bryan, because I know how much you hate hipsters. BYU has officially banned the man bun. Can't do it.
I like
the man bun.
Really?
I'm just jealous that I
like
can't
it.
grow one. When I see a dude, I saw a dude the other day with a man bun. He looked awesome. Thick hair, man bun, kind of tall, handsome. I was like, fuck, man.
You know what I'd like
I'd
to
kill
do?
to have a man bun.
This reminds me, I'd kill to have a man bun myself.
They outlawed the man bun?
Yeah.
How do you outlaw that? I don't understand how do you justify saying you can't ball your hair up? If you make your hair into a ball on the top of your head, I'm afraid that's not allowed.
Like, that's
I
a
would
rule?
fight that.
Yeah,
I would
they
fight
said
it.
that the campus honor code stipulates that hairstyles should be clean and neat, avoiding extreme styles or colors.
It is a Mormon college.
And
though.
man
it's a
buns
Mormon
qualify
college.
as extreme.
It's Mormon college. It's a
Brigham Young.
Brigham
Oh,
Young.
Brigham Young. Oh, well, see, again, now I understand.
You know what you're going when you sign up there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but is that ungodly? Is that against Joe Smith's
You can't have a hair bun.
protocol?
Make it to heaven or whatever the fuck they go.
It's an
Joseph Smith
extreme
was a snake
hairstyle.
oil salesman.
So don't get me started on that religion. You know, that's fucking crazy. All the man bun guys should get together and fucking unite and transfer to Utah.
But hair's always been a threat to religion and to other people in society.
Here's a threat to everything, right?
Hair's always been subversive. You know, when you have long hair, the yogis, Jesus Christ apparently had long hair, long beard. The religious mystics always seem to grow beards, long hair. Prophets always seem to have unruly,
Kinda like going
subversive
against
hair.
society when you
yeah,
grow it, right?
to grow your hair long has always been kind of a fuck you. And in fact, growing your hair long in many societies, you'd get beat up, you'd get killed. Hair.
Not these days.
Hair speaks. Well, we live in a liberal democracy, but hair speaks.
You know, I had hair down
volumes.
my hair in college.
Did you?
Me and Klopp grow our hair out, see who good as long as.
Cutie
So did my
pies.
brother. My brother
Cutie
had nice
pies.
set of long hair. Mine hair gets so curly, it's kind of like afro.
Yeah.
And there's party down the back. I'll tell you what I want to do, and I don't know why, but I really want to do it, but I'm worried Callan Rogan would make fun of me. I want to dye my hair.
Yeah.
Are you going for the Justin Bieber bleach move?
Yeah. Hold on.
I don't know if
Hold on. Let me
finish.
Shh,
You
hold
don't
on.
know what color.
Let me ask a question. To what?
Yeah, I know. Like that kind of like platinum blue.
My fists are balling up, and I don't know why.
I know you guys would hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
To platinum
I don't know
blue.
why.
To platinum blue.
Yeah.
Blue whale.
Yeah, the krill oil, man. I think it'd be fun.
You want to have blue hair?
No, it's not blue. It's like a It's like a silver. Right. It's like a silver with a tint of blue at the ends. I knew you'd get so mad.
How come?
I don't know. Just to mix things up, man.
Mix it up. Right. Why don't you grow yourself a little goatee too?
No, I don't want to do that.
You want to get your nose pierced?
No, don't want
Why?
to do that.
Why?
I just
Why
want to dye
stop?
my hair.
Why stop there?
Hey.
Blue?
Hey.
Why stop
well,
there?
Well, no,
blue?
it's a tint of blue. It's like I'm trying to think of someone who has it.
I got it.
No, you don't though. It's almost like the Anderson Cooper look, but it's a tint of blue.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Or no?
I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Really?
You so
I just like to
desperately
switch
want to
things
be
up.
you so desperately want to be a sleek hipster in a way. You want to be a stylish European
Yeah.
man.
I just like mixing it up.
You're a
Things get
giant.
boring.
You're a giant man, and it's not going to happen.
Well, it could happen.
You're a
You know what? But
you're
I'm-
a metrosexual trapped in a fucking giant's body.
I am. If I dyed my hair that color, which I have the top dye guy in LA to do it, but the thing is if I did it, would it affect other jobs?
Well, it'd affect our friendship. We couldn't do the podcast anymore.
I knew you would hate that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do shit though.
I no, other than I would never look you in the eye.
Hey, does it bother you that I can do cool stuff with my hair and you have no options?
Bro, where are you really from? You American? You're not American, are you?
Nick, moving on. What do you have?
Man, can we move on from that?
Now I feel like I have to do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Christian Allen, the ninja from High Altitude Jiu-Jitsu, he dyes his hair and he looks awesome.
What color?
He's a cutie
Blonde?
pie.
He dyes it blonde?
Yeah, blonde, but he's a cutie. He's a small cutie pie.
Why can't I be different?
Because you are, I'm going to say
Hey,
it.
fans,
You're
let
a
me know if you think
borderline-
it'd be cool to do. Brian's a hater.
You're a borderline oaf.
What's an oaf? Like a big dude?
Yeah, just a big oaf.
No.
Well, kinda. You're a big.
An oaf?
You're a borderline oaf.
No, an oaf.
You're an athletic oaf.
No, like an oaf, like the guts and like horrible posture.
Yeah, you're an
like
you're an athletic oaf because you're so big.
But I'm not that big.
Wow, you're a big guy.
Well, around those NFL guys, am I a big guy?
I know, it's funny.
No, man.
Yeah.
I'm big because around Fox.
Yeah.
What?
You're 6'4", 255.
No, I'm not 55.
Almost.
Wait, nope, I was 44. Just weighed myself yesterday.
You're 244?
44.
You look good.
Yeah.
No, I mean you look great. I would like to. I'd love to look like you. Obviously, I'd rather have your body than mine than some thin guys. But I mean, I'm just saying that dyeing your hair is interesting.
Well, you're older also too, so you don't get this generation stuff. Like you were surprised with you two.
Hey Evan, you're of his generation, maybe a little younger, right?
I am younger than you. Yeah.
You got a hip beard. You look good. Hey Evan.
Hip beard.
Yeah, Evan. He wants to dye his hair blue whale platinum. What do you got to say about that?
100%. Fuck no.
There you go. Thanks a lot, bud.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, man, back to your generational thing. I guess I don't get it. Just I don't feel like staring at blue whale head.
You know what the thing is, though? If I did what I thought everyone else was going to like, we wouldn't be here.
Is that right?
No, man. You can't go. You're think
right.
people are going to like.
You know, Brennan, fucking do it.
I might do it.
Do it.
God, you're dying too, and you probably already have an appointment.
No, I don't.
With the top dye guy
You got
in
the top
LA.
dye guy in L.A.
Number one guy.
What's his name?
Don't worry.
How do you have a dye guy?
Well,
I have a friend of a friend.
He's done some research. That's why. He's already made the
You
calls.
can't just show up to a random guy.
Yeah, he's done made some calls.
What else you got to have? Moving on.
Last current event.
Shouldn't have fucking told you
This
guys.
this one, much like the man bun hate for Bryan, this one's basically for you. On last night's MTV's True Life, which is a fantastic show.
I watched it. Which one we're talking about?
The fetish is ruining my life. The guy who's obsessed with sneakers.
Lick sneakers.
He's sexually attracted to sneakers.
He licks.
He would be
sneakers.
all over me. Did you hear his type? Tall, athletic, who always wears nice shoes. I'm like, dude, this dude's gonna want to suck my dick if I run into him in LA. So what he does, he's gay as balls, horrible dresser. But what he does is he picks guys based off their shoes and then gets off licking the bottom of their shoes.
He licks the bottom of their shoes.
All up on their shoes. I'll tell you right now, you lick my shoe, I'm gonna kick you right in the face.
Dude, so you got the shoe on, and he wants to lick your shoes.
This. He had dudes like this, and he'd lick it and boner licking.
Whoa.
And it's like, but it's ruining his life because like he's meeting dudes and he's telling them right away, and everyone's like, "Nah, man, you can't lick my shoe. That's fucking weird."
Whoa.
That's a
Poor
weird
guy.
fetish, right?
Hey, bro, here.
Hey, bro, you
wait
lick
till
my
they go
Pumas?
to sleep. Wait till
You-
they go to sleep and then clean the bottom of his soles.
Bro, you lick my new grates that I'm saving for the special tomorrow. You lick my new grates, that bison leather. I'm gonna kick your teeth.
Yeah, but
in.
you can keep the bottoms clean.
Dude, if he kept the shoes clean, you can lick the fuck out of the shoes.
He can be your licker.
Don't touch my dick, but you can lick my shoes.
You can be your soul licker. Let him get a little. Let him for the effort.
little dick.
Let him get a little. Let him just drag his tongue from the base to the tip.
Dude, he went balls deep on these shoes. Did you see it, Ev? Mm-hmm. It's weird.
You
man.
can let him drag his tongue.
What if your wife was into licking your shoes? Would you let her lick your shoe?
No.
Why?
Well, I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
that's not sanitary. Licking the bottom of shoes.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I don't know about
I used to
that. You can
drink
catch all
rainwater
kinds
as
of
a
weird
kid.
shit.
Nah, people say that are pussies.
Well, my mother told me as a kid, she caught me licking my dad's shoe in Bombay. Like India at the time wasn't the cleanest of streets, and I was like, and
were
she's
you
like,
doing
no.
Well, what?
Probably to build my immune system.
Well, in
Probably
Bombay-
because I wanted something in my mouth. Who the
Well,
fuck knows?
in Bombay,
Kids
licking
lick
your
shit.
dad's shoes
Kids lick weird shit.
terrible
I stopped my
idea.
son from taking a piece of seaweed. You know the balls with the seawater.
Biting it?
I'm trying to bite it. I was like, hey,
You're kids.
don't bite that shit.
I used to eat ants and drink rainwater.
Yep.
Turned out fine.
My son will drink anything. He's just like, yeah, he's the same way. He's
Same
on the
way.
shower, drinking the
I
shower.
used to love rainwater, man. Even this day, I want to drink rainwater. My favorite thing in the world is on the summer day, that the hose water. You remember the green hose?
Yep.
Something fresh about that shit. In Colorado, I don't know about LA. That
Colorado's
Denver
got some
water's
good water.
fresh, man.
I think Denver was where they figured out that fluoride was good for your teeth, right? Because there was naturally occurring fluoride,
Yep.
and nobody was getting
They say
cavities.
the water in Denver is better than the bottled water you buy.
I believe it. I believe it.
Is that it, Ev?
Yep.
Boom.
Fan questions. Fan questions.
All right. First fan question. Bryan, what is the hardest you've made Brendan laugh? And Brendan, what's the maddest Callan has ever made you?
I made you laugh pretty hard yesterday when I was up on your grill about something.
No, that's not the hardest I've ever
I was
laughed.
like, what'd you do? I was like, what'd you do with the money, man?
Yeah. No, that's not the hardest you've ever made me laugh. The hardest Callan's ever made me laugh. You know what? Probably when the hardest Callan's ever made me laugh was on the show. I'm sure there's been multiple times, but we talked about that Crest commercial with his teeth.
Yeah, you laughed your ass off.
I was in tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just picture it.
Yeah, I killed you.
There's been a bunch of times he made me laugh.
Yeah.
That's the one that comes to memory.
Yeah.
The maddest Callan's ever made me? Or the maddest I've ever made him?
It is.
No.
What's the maddest Callan has ever made you?
We've never been mad at each other. I mean, it's short spurts.
I mean, you're irritated.
Yeah,
with
it's
me
nothing.
being late or something.
Yeah, you've never been mad.
No.
Like bona fide mad? Never.
No. I don't get mad that way at my friends. You know, some people have like falling outs with friends. I've had one falling out once in my life with a friend.
I don't have any like that.
Weird shit.
He's never made me mad.
I only had a falling out with somebody because he treated somebody old badly, and I was like, oh, fuck off.
Well, that means he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Next question,
All right. Other than fighting for Big Brown, what is the scariest moment in both of your lives?
Scariest. Like death. What's the scariest you've ever been, Cal?
I had a friend of mine murdered. That was scary.
You were scared?
Yeah.
But he died.
Just reminded me of how
did he die?
dangerous the world. He was killed, shot.
In America?
Yeah.
Was he just a random dude?
No, they never found him. It was
Are you making this up?
it was a
You're being
hit.
very vague.
It was a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do?
We don't know, but it was
So he's obviously into bad shit.
Nope, not really.
But then they put a hit on him?
He was just murdered. But I don't want to go into details about
Very
it. But
vague.
But it was a very, very scary time for a lot of reasons. But it was probably the scariest I'd ever been.
That was the scariest you've ever been?
I'm trying to think of what else. I'm trying to. I have to. You know what? I'll tell you the scariest. I'll tell you the scariest I've ever been. That's fucking funny. Doing stand-up for the first time.
Scariest you've ever been?
I've never been that scared.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see that. That makes sense.
I've never been that afraid. I was at the New York Comedy Club, and I got up on stage, and
First time?
yeah, that's the
Were you
scariest.
practicing on your own, though, in the mirror and stuff?
Yep. But it was again, we talk about moments in our lives when we just go for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to go for this. I have to try to be a stand-up comic because acting's not working out. I was like, I can't just be an actor. I didn't know how to get in.
So
yeah,
nice.
that was probably the.
Obviously, besides fighting, which is fucking terrifying, you know what? Probably like a month ago or 2 months ago, or no, longer than that, maybe 5 months ago, when I first got my Porsche, this lane ended, and I thought I could just floor the Porsche and get out of and like blow by the semi. The semi was rolling, and I literally squeaked by the side of the road where there's a cement wall in this semi truck. I'm talking Fast and Furious style. Half an inch between me and this wall. And I remember being like, I remember holding my breath. I'm like,
Oh, it scares the shit out of me.
I remember Florian and going, whoa, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have as much room as I thought. And I remember looking and going like this because I was so close, like moving my body, and my whole body went numb. Oof. And I remember thinking to myself, God, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. I remember I was so mad at myself because there's a split second in my mind where I was like, this is it, you fucking moron.
Yes.
Because you wanted to speed past the semi-truck.
You
fucking idiot. And it happened in a split second, but everything slows down. You can think. And I just remember telling myself, going, oh, no. No way. There's no way this is how you're going. No way. Because I always think I'm a dyer. I tell you this.
Yes.
Like the other day I was running sprints and these cars come around the angle. And I was like, God, I can see me getting hit by this car and dying. And I was like, God, I've wanted to do a live show all my life. I'm not going to make it. Isn't that weird? I think like that.
We all do that.
Isn't that weird?
That I believe is a form of, like, when things are too good to be true, sometimes you just think, I'm going to get punished for this.
Yeah. And I remember thinking.
People suffer from that. Like, really rich people, I know, like the very, very wealthy people always obsess over immortality and health. That's the one thing they can't control.
Yeah,
so they obsess over it. They have everything. They're on their yachts. They have all the money.
I don't obsess over it. I was just sprinting. I was like, God, if I get hit by this car, I can see a car come out. I can see it, and this fucking thing kills me. I'm like, God, no, I'm 2 days away from the live show. I've always wanted to do this. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah. We're all going to die.
And I remember thinking that funeral would be so sad.
Yeah.
People are going to be so sad.
Fuck yeah. It's we're all going to die.
Does UFC send out a tweet, Big Brown dies? Probably not.
Hey, wait till you have kids. You know.
Does UFC do like a highlight reel of Big Brown's greatest moments? Probably not. Yeah. Fox would do some cool shit, I bet.
Probably not.
Best of Fighting the Kid?
The truth is, when you die, as all of us,
Paul Walker style, maybe?
Most people go like this. Oh.
Now when you're young, you have so much going for you.
Yeah, that's what you think. We move on. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
You're just down because you're special.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got good news. I got bad news. Bad news is Brendan's no longer here, as you guys know. The good news is Chael Sonnen is now the fighter.
Now the fighter.
Yeah, I'd have
That'd
to replace you.
That'd be a great show. Yeah, good luck carrying on. No more horse for your wife.
Well, I'd have to figure something out.
Shirt's gone. Show down the drain.
I just bring Will Sass away.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great because 10 minutes makes so much money. What do you got, Evan?
Hey,
what else you got?
All right, next one. I'm doing a bachelor party this weekend in Newport, Rhode Island. All right, so not Newport, California. I am the best man and want to make it nice for my buddy. We have golf and little things planned. Any ideas to make it for sure a great night for him after golf and grab ass?
Yeah, definitely not golf. Where this is in New York?
Newport, Rhode Island.
I've never been to Rhode Island.
What?
I've never been to Rhode Island, but I'm sure you can import hookers. But man, listen, there's all sorts of stuff you can do. You could watch movies. Yeah. You get drugs, bunch of hookers. You could do. I don't know, man.
I mean, you
could go to a club, hire professionals. But the thing is what you need to do is get a hotel, hire professionals, have a great time, get a bunch of drugs. You don't want to do that because what you want to do is you guys can go to a movie, boring as fuck. Make sure there's professionals there. What else?
Make sure you get together. Make sure you're safe. Wear a condom. Don't wear a condom. It doesn't matter. The point is just have fun and get crazy and live on the edge, you fucking pussies.
It's your last night of freedom.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't want to tell you guys what to do. I know what I do. I don't know what I want.
Listen, man, I know what you guys could do. I mean, it's a Saturday night. You could watch the fights, get a veggie platter, hire a bunch of professionals.
Call your girlfriends and say this is your one chance.
This is the last time you're ever going to get doubled up on by chicks. Professionals to be super expensive. Totally worth it. Listen, I don't know, man.
Listen.
For sure ditch golf, though, huh? I know what I'm not going to do.
Hey.
Golf.
Hey, my wife listens to this podcast. How about this? So you know how we were talking about putting fake names, our side pieces, like people who have side pieces put fake names, like.
Well, you said your boy.
Reggie. Yeah,
Reggie Ray.
Yeah. My wife goes, I got a text. Hey, you motherfucker. I was like, oh my God. She goes, my name in your phone used to be Alan Alameda. I was like, I don't remember that. She goes, I started as your side piece, you piece of shit. I know you're one.
Well, you're one of.
She was one of. Yeah, I was with my old girlfriend, and I don't remember. Alameda? I didn't admit to that. I don't remember that, but apparently her name was Alan Alameda. I don't understand how that happened. I'm not admitting anything.
I would have girls storing my phone as like. Becky Big Ass, just like certain things remind me.
I didn't do a lot of that. I did have one girl named Freak Face, and I admitted it.
Freak Face.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Her though.
God. All right.
God, we tell our fans everything.
Super fucked.
Oh Jesus Christ!
All right. I have a very close friend who talks about the Illuminati, conspiracies, the end of civilization, etc. It's got to the point where I can't take it because it's borderline crazy. What do I do?
You can take borderline out of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody's that. Look, nobody's.
We have a friend like that. Yeah. His name's Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, nobody's that organized, especially the U.S. government, especially the CIA and the internal CIA and all these things. And you have to ask yourself, why? What do you mean? Like, there are people, cabals of evil men that would like to rule the world and get together. But
it's never going to happen.
Well, it's just difficult to pull off. How would you do it? Why would you do it? Why would 9/11 be a conspiracy? Oh, to make money off oil? Really? It costs us a fortune. It costs the U.S. a fortune, and the Middle East is still a disaster.
There's all that. Callan, speaking the truth, there's all that. And then, hey, man, conspiracy theorists. Spend your time on something else.
Get a life.
Do something more productive.
Also, why do you think you know more than major media outlets with all those investigative journalists? Are all of those guys, I don't know, how many journalists work for the Economist, for the New York Times, Wall Street Journal? Thousands of them?
And
are they all on the take?
And
are they all on the corporate take?
Aren't conspiracy theory, aren't they a little weird? Aren't they all a little weird?
No. Again, take a little out of that.
What else you got?
And I love Eddie Bravo. He's our boy.
Oh, I love Eddie. But
Eddie's that's just part of Eddie.
It's also that's Eddie, man. I enjoy it. I wouldn't want Eddie any different. I want a friend like that. Bravo. I want that weird friend.
Yeah, and Eddie Bravo has a sense of humor.
Because I got Callan on one end, I got Eddie on the other. It makes for a great
Eddie's still
podcast.
into chemtrails and stuff. All good, you know.
All good. Callan hates it. What else you got?
I'm just not going to entertain it. He's made up his mind. Most people who've made up their mind, I can't.
Let's do one more, Ev.
Yep, we got one more. All right. I've been living in Chicago my whole life, and I'm planning on moving ASAP next year once I finish grad school. Bryan and Brendan, what are some of your favorite states and cities you've experienced? The less Midwest, the better.
I like Colorado. I like Utah. I like these new.
Ooh, not Utah.
I like these places in the West.
Not Utah.
No.
For a young man, not Utah.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Callan on that.
Probably
Trust.
not Utah. I like Colorado.
Utah. Denver would be great.
I like Nashville.
I like Arizona.
I like parts
Arizona.
of North Carolina. I like Arizona.
I like Arizona. Phoenix.
Yep.
Nashville's fucking a booming.
Yes, Nashville's great.
I'd stay away from Florida. Obviously, LA's amazing. San Francisco's amazing. Seattle's on the big one.
Seattle's
dark
good.
there.
A little dark for me. I'm not crazy about Seattle, but
I like Phoenix and Nashville.
People talk about Portland, Seattle. I spent a lot of time there.
I agree. I couldn't live there.
Not my style.
I like Phoenix, Denver, Nashville.
Yeah.
Austin's not bad either.
Austin's pretty damn good. Real crowded now.
It really is.
Super hot in the summer.
It is hot, but if you're going to say Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix is a dry heat, which I can deal with.
Hot as balls,
yeah.
though. San Diego's not going to hurt you either.
The only problem with Phoenix and San Diego is there's not.
For a young guy?
To me, yeah. I like New York City if you can afford it. Brooklyn. You're going to have a hard time.
Boston's
You're going to meet
too.
amazing. Too cold, but so is New York. So is New York.
Weather.
Boston less so for me, but Brooklyn and New York City have never been better in the history of that city ever. Crime's at an all-time low, and it's just such a stimulating place with amazing people. God damn, is it great there?
For this guy though, I like a Phoenix, I like a Denver, and a Nashville.
I'm with you.
Keep us posted.
Raleigh,
man.
North Carolina. Spent a lot of time there, and it is amazing.
Carolinas are beautiful.
And Atlanta is not bad.
Atlanta's not bad, especially if you're black.
Yeah, it's a chocolate city.
For real.
Chocolate city. Great for black people.
It's like LA, but all black.
And you see nothing but
they're
black,
dressed to the
black
nines.
professionals.
Yeah,
everywhere.
man. They dress well.
100%.
Great food. Dime piece girls.
Yep.
Don't let me. What?
Yep.
Move
I'm
to
very
Atlanta
happy with
right now.
Very happy with
and
Atlanta.
make a bunch of baby LeBrons.
Yes, very happy with Atlanta. I'll get myself a black wife, and my children will be a beautiful golden brown. I'm not afraid of that at all.
Little honeydew, not at all.
God, as I get older, I grow more attracted to black women, I have to say.
You know what? Someone asked me my top 3 celebrities that I'd want to marry, and
Rihanna.
they were all black. I didn't even mean to.
Rihanna.
I was like Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and
Nicki Minaj. Do you think all that is fake? Is the butt fake? Is the ass fake?
I don't know.
That's my issue with that.
Yeah, I know.
She's
it's really
sexy
nice.
though, isn't she?
Super sexy.
Nicki
but it's
Minaj.
weird. I listed off all my girls, and all of them had something black.
So Rihanna.
Rihanna was in there. She seems like a real freak. Nicki Minaj was in there. And then there's another girl.
I want to make out with Rihanna.
The girls from hip hop in Hollywood, bunch of them. Sign me up.
Hip hop in Hollywood.
Great show, VH1, or yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, first live show tomorrow or tonight. While this is playing, this thing here is tomorrow. Well, this thing's playing. We got our first live show. It is sold out, people at Brea Improv. However, tickets for our other show, November 12th, Tempe, Arizona, TempeImprov.com. Few tickets are left. One night, one show only. They're going fast. Come on out, AZ. Let's do this. Have some fun with me and the kid. It's the Fire and the Kid experience. For everything Fire and Kid related, TFATK.com. You know the deal. Callum, where can they find you, buddy?
Come out to see me. I'm at the Canyon Club October 3rd. That's this Saturday. That's in Agora. And then I will be at the Laughing Derby in Louisville, Kentucky, October 8th, 9th, and 10th. Come on out. Let's have some fun.
Hey, and Fire and Kid Army, we didn't leave you hanging, especially you guys in Los Angeles. We're doing another Fire and Kid live show, not to put too much on your plate, but in Ontario, and that is in November. I will blast out the website and the info on that. That is, again, in November. So if you missed the one in Brea, don't worry. Make the one in November. If you're in LA, let's have some fun. TFATK.com. This is the Fire and the Kid. We're out.